I'm a little bit, I guess, ahead. But it's dearest creature in creation, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse. Sounds like corpse, core, horse, and worse. I will keep you, Susie, busy. Make your head with heat grow dizzy. Tear and eye your dress will tear. So shall I, oh hear my prayer. Just compare heart, beard, and herd. Dies and diet, lord and word. Sword and sword retain and Britain. Mind the latter, how it's written. Now I surely will not plague you with such words as plaque and ague, but be careful how you speak. Say break and stake, but bleak and streak. Cloven, oven, how and low. Script, receipt, show, poem, and toe. Hear me say, devoid of trickery, daughter, laughter, and terpsichore. Typhoid, measles, topsails, isles, exile, similes, and reviles. Scholar, vicar, and cigar, solar, micer, war, and far.
She has a
One
lot.
anemone, balmoral, kitchen, lichen, laundry, laurel. Gertrude, German, wind, and mind. Scene, Melpomene, mankind. Billet does not rhyme with ballet. Bouquet, wallet, mallet, chalet. Blood and flood are not like food, nor is mold like should and would. Viscous, viscount, load, and broad, toward, to forward, to reward. And your pronunciation's okay when you correctly say croquet. Rounded, wounded, grieve, and sieve, friend and fiend, alive and live. Ivy, privy, famous clamor, and enamor rhyme with hammer. River, rival, tomb, bomb, comb, doll and roll, and sum and home. Stranger does not rhyme with anger, neither does devour with clangor. Souls but foul haunt but ant, font front won't want grand and grant. Shoes goes does, now
really
first
long.
say finger, it's not even
too
done yet.
long.
Oh my god.
And then singer, ginger, linger. Reels,
See
you'll
the
ball,
word
gauze,
gaming in
gouge,
here.
and gauge. Marriage, foliage, mirage, and age. Query does not rhyme with very, nor does fury sound like berry. Dost lost post and doth cloth loth. I can't say this part. Job now bosom transom oath. That's low, sorry. Though the differences seem little, we say actual but victual. Refer does not rhyme with defer, pfeffer does, and zephyr heifer. Mint, pint, senate, and sedate. Dull, bull, and George ate late. Scenic, Arabic, Pacific. Science, conscience, scientific. Liberty, library, heave in heaven. Rachel, egg,
Okay.
mustache, 11. Am I taking too long? Should we be live right now?
Oh, we're already live and we have 5 viewers.
I hate
Oh
you.
yeah,
I actually started that when you
I was
started
just
it.
waiting for you to like stop doing your
I always go live on time. I don't care if you're in the middle of something. Would you like to explain what that is? Because I did not go live before you explained it. I mean, it might feel a void to the people who just listened in on that for a little while.
They're all just like,
Well,
it's basically just a poem, and like if you can read it all, you speak better English than like 90% of the world. And I'm like, I can pronounce probably 98% of this.
I can't
Nice.
even read it all, so
Yeah, I posted it in chat. It's like this massive text wall of stuff, and it's like it makes more sense if you're reading the words as I say them, because then you're just like, English is stupid.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
it is.
Like victual is actually spelled victual. Go figure.
I couldn't
man,
even
that's not my
follow
camera.
along. I'm scrolling right now and I have no clue where any of that is, so
I probably was going too fast. JR, hush. I threw him in the
JR, your boy.
He's mad at me right now because he hates water, and I picked him up and threw him in the pool. Like, you don't have a choice.
that's abuse.
He needed a bath, probably.
No.
Alright, you guys. We're going to get started, officially anyways. Welcome everyone to the 4th episode of GT Insider. This is a place where you can come join us for some quick insight on all things gaming. Maybe hear something that will enhance your gaming tribe experience at the same time. Once again, as a disclaimer, everything on the show is the opinion of the host and its guests, and not necessarily the opinion of Gaming Tribe or Mass Luminosity. My name is Tim Ryan. I'll be your main host today. Joining me today is also Kat, Joe, and our guest today is Sam. or Oro, as most people will know her. Sorry.
Nah,
Apologize to everyone who can't watch this and is having to watch it on the VOD because we changed the time this week. But it is Easter, and some of us, such as myself and Kat, wanted to enjoy some really good food. So, no, we did not meet up and eat together, although that would have been awesome. But we both had the option to do that, and once it checked out with everyone, we decided to just go ahead and push it back. Plus, it allows us to test, and maybe some of our Philippine audience will be around to watch. So, shout out to Jamie if he's watching. I know he was interested in that. Shout out to Amanda. I believe she's watching. Sam, you know Amanda.
yes.
I'll go ahead and announce it right now, everyone. Our last global giveaway winner, Amanda there. She will be the guest on next week's GT Insider. So everyone should go ahead and congratulate her if you want to go spam her GT page on whatever status she just posted about watching here, then go ahead and do that. So, all right, you guys.
I'll text her later.
LOL.
So, I literally just got out of a car. I'm feeling a little motion sick. I just popped some drugs. So if I start dozing off a little bit, Joe will take over.
I'll make sure it doesn't happen, Tim. Don't worry.
I'm just laughing at the word "pop some drugs." I'm sorry. I'm
well,
like
I mean,
so out of it.
It's just some anti-nausea stuff. So it's whatever. At least that's what I'm claiming, anyways. Let's see here. What do we have on the plate this week? Jill, let's start with you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you played this week? And if you want to add to who you are, then go right ahead.
This week I played Don't Starve, Eldritch. Let me think. I played a lot of Hearthstone actually today. I'm trying to get to 20 so I can get the special backs on my cards. And I'm at 23 already, so I'm on my way. And what's the other thing I played? League of Legends, of course. And
Always League of Legends.
yeah, every week. It's a weekly one. I don't even think I played BioShock this week, so yeah, that's it.
So in case people haven't noticed, Joe is sitting in a different room. He's actually in the other room at my place right now. His place was non-suitable for the broadcast tonight. So so we met up and
family.
And I gave him a chair. If you see some people walking in and out of the house later, then well, I guess they have the right to say hi.
Yeah.
So they're both gamers, so it's all good.
Totally qualified
awesome.
for the job.
Absolutely. Kat, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you played this week?
I played WildStar, cause yay beta keys.
Lucky.
I know. Someone, I forgot who it was. I'd have to go look it up right now. But they posted, they're like, I have an extra key. First come, first serve. And I was like, me! And I got it. And I got to play it. And it was awesome. And I'll talk more about it when we get to our topics, because that was my topic. What else did I play? I didn't play anything. I slept all weekend. And watched Pokemon.
Nice.
Hey, that's fine. That's
Pokemon
fine.
is the best. The original first series, by the way.
It's on Netflix, right?
Yes.
Yes, it
There you go.
is.
There you go.
Only the first 52 episodes, and they skip like 3.
Do they?
Yeah, there's one band episode, and then there's like 2 that they just completely skip. One because there's guns in it, and I think the other one because there's a lot of boobs in it.
Yeah, that
So I
was
have to, like, go-
the Porygon episode.
No, that's actually later in the series. That's another band. There's
that
a
got
first one
banned.
where he goes to like the Safari Zone, and the guy that runs it like threatens to shoot them, and so Netflix is like, actually, 4Kids Entertainment is just like, no.
Porygon one like canceled in the USA because like seizures or something.
Epileptics.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the
Yep.
colors
I mean-
flash. Yeah.
I don't know if it was 4Kids, but I know that One Piece, like, one of the guys is always smoking a cigarette, and in the 4Kids version, he's always got a sucker in his mouth instead.
Yep, that's 4Kids. They censor the crap out
So
of every
great.
anime they get
It's
their
so
hands on.
funny.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I try to censor things too, you know, like I did to
Yeah,
Joe
you
last
did.
week. But it's all good. Sam, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you played this week, if you played anything other than TF2, that is.
Heyo.
No. I'm Sam. As probably a couple of you that are watching, you guys know me as Oro. I am a part of probably a server community on TF2, and that's all I've really been playing this week. What I mainly do is just I don't know. I sit and mumble with like a select group of people. They're all really awesome. They're probably watching right now. So, hey, you guys. And also, I just go, I don't know, pub stomping with some of my friends. It's really fun. I don't know. That's just
crawl stage, don't you? You just go straight to stomping because he's usually.
What was that? Well, no, there is no crawling. It's just only stomping because heavies. That's the only thing they do. So. I'm just going to talk about that later because that's my topic, gaming communities and whatnot. So it's awesome, and the people are awesome.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I did a terrible job managing this and telling everyone else's topics, but that's okay because I come up with everything on the fly on Easter Sunday. So, oh man, we did not get all our laughs out before the show like we usually do. I usually like to give myself an hour to give us that time, but we had about 23 minutes.
I was waiting. I was like flipping out, like in my friend's mumble. I'm like, when is this thing gonna happen? They're not doing it. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. No. And then I remembered it's gonna be late.
Yeah.
We are masters of professionalism here at GT
I was so whatever.
That's what you get when you're displaced by 2 hours and you have lovely traffic to deal with. Anyways, well, this week I played a little League. I've already hit 20 in Hearthstone, so Joe, you're behind. Matter of fact, I think I'm 19 now.
Face me, Tim. The control shaman.
Okay, I'll face you. I think I played Mage because that's what it gave me first.
Mage.
I'll just flame strike you. I did my first arena run the other day.
It's the AI, so you're both way ahead of me.
There we go. Big shout out once again to Amanda for allowing me to play the first day I downloaded Hearthstone. Maybe played 2 hours, then I saw she was streaming it, and then she challenged me on the stream, so I had to close the stream and play her. So I had to close. I was like, okay, well I have to close the stream now, otherwise I can see what she has, and that's like completely unfair.
That would be cheating.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I don't think she really thought this one out, but you know, I'll play her, and I did, and I think we played maybe about 10 games or so, and she's pretty good. She's pretty good.
Can I speak for she kicked my butt?
I'll let Amanda post about that.
I mean, she already posted in the chat. She said you kicked her butt, so I'm assuming you won.
She gets me to download like all these games, like, but she hasn't quite pulled me away from TF2 yet, so
I suck so bad at TF2. Oh my god.
All right.
I love
everybody
TF2.
Everybody
It's
sucks
so much fun.
at TF2.
So after this, we're all gonna go play TF2 with Sam.
Oh god.
I can dig that.
Really?
That would be awesome.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I didn't want to sleep tonight anyway.
Well,
I'm just
sure,
kidding.
why not?
I'm just kidding.
I have played a total of 3 games with TF2. Let's go.
I'll invite you to my server.
Yeah,
Okay, that's okay.
Tim's right here. Cardboard tier.
There we go.
Cardboard tier.
Cardboard, man. I haven't even cut the tree down yet
That's
to
not even a
start making the
metal.
paper for the cardboard.
Back in the league.
Anyways, oh man. So, yeah, I played a Hearthstone. I think I played maybe 2 games of League, if that. But really, I've been on the road a lot, so playing Hearthstone on the iPad since it came out has been a huge help. And I think I maybe played Diablo 3. I don't know. I might be dipping back into 2 weeks ago, but I actually didn't get that much gaming in. You know, the fun times we've had. So, awesome. Well, let's roll right into the host topics. You know what? This week, Kat, we'll start with you because I start with Joe all the time. So
You start with me.
because I want to hear about WildStar.
All right, I'll start with
Star.
Star then. I was going to start with the other topic and save that for later.
Okay, fine. Start with the other topic. We'll go
Yeah,
to Joe.
fine.
We'll go to Sam. Then we'll come back to you. How about that?
I can work with that,
All
sure.
right, sweet.
My current topic is actually about, oh god, is my Skype going off? It's actually about Marty O'Donnell, who was the Halo Destiny composer. He was fired by Bungie on the 11th of April for no specified cause. And that was what he tweeted, actually.
Huh.
And then, so they responded. They're like, yeah, we let him go. I'm trying to paraphrase here. Needless to say, I gotta find it, so I'll come back to that. But the way they phrased it, it didn't sound like they left on good terms. But at the same time, almost every firing is without specified cause, because that's just how employers are. The only time they use a cause is if it's like fraud or something ridiculous. So him specifying without cause, I think, is a little bit not ridiculous, but doesn't need to be said.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah. So I think he finished all of his work on Destiny before they fired him, so it's going to be interesting how that goes. Uh-oh, I think I just started a video playing and I wasn't supposed to. Sorry. If you hear music, it's not my fault. He's been working with Bungie since 1997, and he was a full-time employee, not a freelancer, so it's kind of interesting that they just suddenly let him go like that. Yeah. And neither side wants to talk about why. Nobody will answer any questions from anybody. But he's worked on Halo, all the Halos. He's doing work for Destiny. I had a list of some other games he worked on. But I did find out that he was the guy that did the Flintstones Vitamins jingle also.
Really? That's
awesome.
Yes.
Impressive.
When I discovered that, I was like, he just became infinitely so much more cooler with me.
My
because
gosh.
that's like my favorite jingles ever.
That was great. That was great.
So yeah, Marty
Seems
O'Donnell
legit.
is now jobless for now until somewhere else decides to pick him up. And
I feel like his talents will allow him to be picked up somewhere pretty quick.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not going to take him very long to find somewhere else.
And I mean, there's plenty of companies that are hiring music leads and stuff like that. So
The exact words of Bungie were, "For more than a decade, Marty O'Donnell filled our worlds with unforgettable sounds and soundtracks and left an indelible mark on our fans. Today, as friends, we say goodbye. We know that wherever his journey takes him, he will always have a bright and hopeful future." And then they ended off with, "We wish him luck in all his future endeavors." It doesn't really sound very friendly to me.
it's a professional way to say no.
Yeah, I don't think they separated on good terms at all.
So,
But, I mean,
we'll
what can
definitely
we do
see.
about it and just talk over it?
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm
Let's
yawning,
see
I'm
here.
sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. It's 4 hours later than it should be. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. You told me you were okay with this. Okay?
Thanks. No, I am okay with it.
On that topic, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what they have to do with the music that he made, because it depends on if he still owns the rights to the music, or if they, since he was working for them, if they got the rights. It depends on how they worked out his contract. So it's going to be interesting to see, like, if they ever do remakes of Halos, if they'll be able to keep using his music, or if they're going to have to change it or pay him or something.
Yeah, there hasn't been any mention of what's going on there either, so that's very much up in the air, and there's a lot of speculation on it. I think they were going to keep it, but without any definitive word from either side, there's really no way of knowing.
Yeah. I would assume the company owns the rights, because that's, at least with programming, that's how it normally works. So it probably should stay the same, but you never know. So
It'll be really hard to make a whole nother soundtrack from scratch, though, especially with how long this game's been in production.
I really hope they don't make a
Yeah.
remake, though. I don't see
You're right about that.
like why they would need a reason to.
All the music's already done. As long as they had an agreement with him beforehand, they should just go with it and work on the rest of the game, I think.
I could see a graphics re-update or something like they did for the anniversary edition way back for the Xbox One once it gets into full swing or something.
Yeah.
Just so that people can keep playing it or something, maybe.
Well, this really it's not about Halo that I'm wondering about. It's about Destiny. It's the new game they're working on that they're trying to bring out. And he finished all his music work on it before they fired him. So that's kind of up in the air. Halo's been out, so there's really no worry about that. It's Destiny that's the questions are about, because, you know, they left him. Or wow.
I wonder if he finished all the music like already for Destiny, and they are relieving him because he's already done with his job.
Some of what I was reading, because like I said, there's a lot of speculation on it, but some of what I was reading says that they think that that's the reason. They're like, we have nothing else for you to do.
Instead of paying him for doing nothing for like 3 weeks. I don't get it. The way I see it is like, especially indie developers can sell their soundtracks now, and I know for sure people will buy the Destiny soundtrack. I mean, there's a whole cult that buys nothing but soundtracks to games that they like to play. You know, and the way I see it is they should be having him make tons of bonus tracks and sell that as a separate CD.
That would be, yeah.
So sell 2 CDs or 2 different soundtracks, and if that's the case, I think it's a really bad move. But once again, we don't have the entire story, so
yeah, neither side wants to talk about it.
Which makes me think that there's something on. I think that it's a little just bad taste between somebody high up and him.
Probably.
Which is what I think it is. So they probably have the PR department that's releasing that statement, so the company looks okay, and he doesn't really want to talk about it because he doesn't reveal like personal issues inside the company. That's like, if I had to speculate on it, that might be what I would say.
Yeah.
But generally, when 2 different parties are saying pretty much, hey, you know, yada yada yada, like they are, but they're not really giving a specific reason.
Probably just a cover up then.
I think it's just personal issues somewhere. Which, if there was personal issues, he might have been leaving on his own terms anyways. So
there's no way of knowing. Various websites have tried to reach out to both sides, and they refuse to comment.
Yeah, and the way I see it is, I think they were just putting a little extra Destiny, little extra press behind Destiny there. So
I'm sure we'll find out the truth later on, because someone's going to figure it out in Blab. It's going to be like, oh, whatever.
Well, we totally just gave it out for them as well, so, you know, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Everything's a marketing ploy in this world, right?
Yeah.
So, awesome. Joe, what'd you bring this week?
This week I brought the Don't Starve DLC that just came out, because I managed to get it for 50 cents on Steam thanks to some things I sold on the marketplace. So I picked it up, and I honestly hadn't played very far into Don't Starve beforehand. I never had gotten to adventure mode or anything, which, if you've never played before, it starts out in a survivor mode where it's a little Minecrafty, where you're like, you have to gather resources to like sort of make your home base and survive and all that jazz. And eventually you find this doorway that gets you into the adventure mode. I'm trying to explain this all without giving any spoilers out, just in case anybody's worried about spoilers on Don't Starve. But it's just a warning though, there will be slight spoilers in anything I say at this portion. So if you're really into Don't Starve, mute it until my mouth shuts for a little bit. Anyways, but
or his hands stop moving.
But anyways, basically what the whole part of this game did was they added like a ton of stuff to the game, including new mini bosses. Like at the end of each, they added 2 more seasons. So there's now a summer and a fall, I think. No, summer and spring season, which now have like, so now there's also like rain that you have to deal with being wet. If you get too wet, your character gets cold and starts getting hurt. You can overheat now as well, which means you have to be careful with your bonfire, which is important at nighttime because you can't be in the dark. And then as well as the fact that at the end of each season, of course, a giant appears and tries to kill you, hence the name Reign of Giants. Some other things they added were like a new type of tree that when you cut down like any tree of the same type around it, there's a 50-50 chance one of the trees will turn into a monster and trying to kill you for killing its friends. And you sort of have to like run away from it, or like try and replant trees around it to calm it down so it'll be okay with you chopping down more trees. I'm trying to think what else. This was actually the first time I managed to get into the adventure mode, which I got partway into. Which adventure mode is basically just like they have a bunch of preset worlds that you have to go through 5 different areas of it to like get to an ending boss and like beat the game completely, which adds on another extra character. really, I just like the game a lot because like the art style is fantastic. So I'm glad that they're continuing to develop for it because it's got like really cool music. The art looks really good. Like it's a really unique looking game, especially for like the type of game. I wouldn't be surprised if most of it's drawn by hand or something. It's really fun.
Awesome. Kat, you know what I just realized? Your name on the overlay says Kat and not KD.
Yeah, I forgot to change it. I noticed it and I was like, I'm just gonna leave it. Hope no one notices.
I totally just noticed and told the whole world. Just so you know.
Wait.
You just got called out.
Wow.
But I didn't notice like before this, so that's also my fault.
I just can't stop laughing. Like, one of my friends, he just messaged me. He's like, "Wow, you're white. Thanks." Thanks, citizen. My
To
friends
anyone
I
in
play
the
TF2
to
with.
anyone in Oro's TF2 community that is watching, I really appreciate you coming on the show to watch her. I encourage you to
No.
come back next week. There may be some special occasions that are going to happen, but you should constantly. I encourage you to make her laugh.
No.
So any additional comments like that, please make sure they're in good fun. But
No, I'm gonna get spammed now. I just know it.
Oh, you like it.
You have no clue what you just started.
Everybody likes.
nah, it's all good. Anyways.
You will live.
Well, Sam,
No, I won't.
the reason why I'm mentioning that is because now it's time for
Sorry.
you to do your topic. So if you're just laughing
God.
throughout your topic, then it makes for a great topic.
I'm gonna sign off Steam for a second. Hang on. Oh, God.
Aw.
No, don't do that. No.
Okay.
You don't want to tell us the messages?
I gotta
Okay.
actually.
Okay, my friend. Now these are the people that I started my own competitive team with. One of them, his name was Citizen Curious. He changes his name like so much. He's the one that said, "Wow, dude, you're white." And my one friend, Burned, like I actually like he's my pocket medic. Like we always play together. Oh, shout out to him, by the way. He told me, let's see, let me pull up this chat. It says, let's see. I can't find it. Shout out, yes, to the medic. So, medic, I love you. And let's see. He said, I'll make you laugh, just in all caps. That's really it. But I'm sure that I will get different messages now that I've actually said those
You need
things.
to
So
get all your pals to join Gaming Tribe.
I can try. One of them said,
Do
I'm not
it.
giving out my address, so, and I'm like, they're not gonna do anything, and he was like, nope. So
Hey.
he'll live.
Yeah, that's what's funny is that even though the GT servers and all that stuff are on there, I believe they maintain the addresses on external server as well. So even if somebody got into the system, they wouldn't be able to see your addresses. So
And my
Yay,
address is
security.
if I remember
Yeah.
correctly, I think I talked to T-Jord a little bit about that when we were just having casual conversation before his before I interviewed him. That was like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I don't even remember
Sometime.
anymore. Some time ago. It was definitely this year. So I could pull up the interview and repost it. Or I'll just tell Alex, our community manager, to repost it because it's a great interview. And the reason is not because I did it, it's because it's Tior, and he's the one, he's like the man behind GT, like its programming. Of course, Angel and his team are really, really good at creating the vision and doing all that stuff. And of course, Andrew Slane has his part in it. But as far as I know, Tior is the man to go to about Gaming Tribe. And if you ever have any suggestions or anything like that, you just go and you report the bug. You go to report a bug, and then there's a feedback drop down, and you can get feedback. It goes straight to him, and he will find time to put it in. If it's a quick fix, it goes in really fast. If it's a more complex fix, then of course that takes testing. But so, all right, Sam. So tell us a little bit more about this community you're involved with.
Okay, I don't even know where to start, honestly. Well, for TF2, basically, if you haven't played it before, it's just a really goofy first-person shooter. There's a lot of different types of matches you can play with different numbers of teammates. There are, let's see, 9 classes. There's the Scout, Soldier, Pyro, Demoman, Heavy, Engineer, Medic, Sniper, and Spy. Don't play Spy. Like, you just would never want to play that class. So, that's like my least favorite because I play the Heavy.
I hate playing Spy. I'm so bad at it.
She doesn't like it either. I'm terrible at it. It's my least played class. So, anyway, it's an amazing game. Again, like my topic was gaming communities and why I like being a part of mine so very much. It's basically because of all the people that you get to interact with. How I first started TF2 was, I don't even really know. Like, one of my friends was like really into it, and he would do like nothing besides this game, and he's like, well, you should just get Steam and play with me. And I'm like, I can't, I don't have any money. And he's like, well, it's free to play. So I'm like, okay, fine.
That's how they get you.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
It's a pretty awesome game. So I played one of the first servers, because there are different locations that you can host the servers out of, was the Skyle Dust Bowl server. Never join a Dust Bowl server. So it will suck you in, and you will never be able to leave. That's what happened to me. So eventually one of the servers merged, and I didn't like that one, so I hit the random button. Then I ended up in probably a server community. It was about, I'd want to say, whenever the Pyromania update came. I don't know if anyone has ever seen the videos with the Meet the videos, like Meet the Heavy, Meet the Scout. So yeah, Meet the Pyro, I believe, was the last one, and I'm like, this is the best class ever! I'm just gonna play this, like everybody else always says. And there's a couple of different people that were already like on the server that I started playing on. They were really, really cool. There's so many, I could probably list them off right now. Who's online? Let's see.
Oh yeah, only the ones that are online get the shout outs. That's the big deal.
Go ahead and throw them under the bus right now, right?
Okay, there is, of course, Burned, my medic. We have my one friend. Let's see who's actually on there. We have Pika, my friend Iffy. Let me see. Yes, Pika. He is very cool. People should message me so I can. There's just way too many people. Like, a lot of the cooler admins were on there. Like, we have Bumbler, we have Nikki, we have Ed. There's just so many different people that I like on there. So, what I do when I play is I just play like one class, which is Heavy. I don't even know how many hours I have on it. Basically, like, me and my one friend, we were on a team together, and it kept on falling apart. So we're like, let's just make a team. And so we did. And I'm going like off topic. I don't know what to talk about.
Okay.
There's just too many things. I just don't even know. There are a lot of different. What was that?
Said it's all good.
There's just a lot of different ways that you could play. Get friends, invite people to lobbying, which is kind of similar to like competitive play. Just messing around in like a server all day. I don't know. There's just way too many things. I don't know. Right now, let's see. I'm a part of a new competitive group. We're not really actually playing it. We will be playing next season. The name is Every Spy is Lemons. I know, it's funny. Mainly why the community keeps me on that game because like there are a ton of different servers that you can actually play on, but the reason why I keep going back to that one community is the people. It just gets so crazy. Like my favorite thing about that server is we have like a select group of regulars that always keep coming back to it. We sit and mumble, we laugh, we talk, we play Cards Against Humanity together. Apparently there are like really awesome Truth or Dare sessions that I haven't been invited to yet. Pugs, my friend, please invite me. I want to play already. It's just way more than gaming. Like that server has like taken me and put me into like a certain group of people that are like really, really accepting. Like they're actual friends to me. Like they're not just people I log on to the game with and play. Like we talk, like some of my friends text me, we Skype, we just sit and talk like all day. It's just always constant fun. Like we can go to a server and we can pub stomp. Like that's just, I don't know, like when you're really good, there's like, I'm not really good by the way, like there's like lower tiered players and you'll just like, for me, like I just get my medic and he like always pockets me and like we'd be like laughing and mumble like, oh yeah, this guy sucks, like look at that scrub, let's kill that guy. And then like they would just like rage quit off the server. I don't know, I know I'm a bad person for doing that, but I think it's funny. So we just get together with like all these people and we just laugh and have a good time. Like literally there's way too many things that you could do in the game with friends. Like some of the people that I always talk to in the server that are probably watching right now, we have my friend Pugs that are probably in there, Asdiff, maybe Burned, we have Bully, the people that were in there, Theory, a Bumbler, Gardener. There's just so many people, like, I don't even know, like, my whole list is full. Like, how many friends do I have right now? I have 111 friends, so I can't possibly list them all right now, but the community has just given me, like, a lot more than I guess it should have. Like, it's just really awesome, and that's just what I like doing every day. Just playing with, like, all those people.
Yeah,
They're really cool.
That's one of the greatest things about community is that people don't realize it until they like people. A lot of people will just play games just for the fun of playing games, and that's great. But the games that have been around for a while, like TF2, that have these communities built around it, are really, really inviting to those people who are willing to see it as fun, and that's the way I view it. You know. I know there's some people that take it really seriously as well. There's those type of communities, people call them the hardcore communities, but there's entire communities that have just servers too, and that's I guess the category yours fits into. They have a server on the game, and then they go off and they make a Mumble server or TeamSpeak server or something like that, and then that way they can pull the people together and they can all play essentially together. Especially in a game like TF2 where you're not like playing a real-time strategy game where you can't have the same people on the same team in the same room. I imagine you guys all, even if you're on different teams, are still lumped together and bickering and complaining back to each other because everyone's just there to play the game and not necessarily be serious. But if you were going to have like a serious game, then I guess you would split it. But
you can go to competitive for that because there's just like regular public servers you can go to, and then there's like the whole competitive scene, which is a whole different story. And like even in our Mumble, there's TF2, but like Nikki, my friend, who actually is like the owner of the server with our other friend, I believe it's Captain Jerkass. I think that's the one. Joe. We just call him Joe. She's actually made like different channels too, so the people who are in the server, not only can you play TF2, you can play Minecraft, you can play Fallout, you can spectate other people's competitive matches. There's Dota, because there's different channels in the mobile you can go to, and all day like we're just flip-flopping back and forth talking. It's just really awesome. My favorite thing in there, like I said, is the people. There's just so much you could talk about. So they're all awesome. Sometimes people think it's like, oh, they're just online friends, they don't count, but honestly, for me, like they really they do count. Like they're all real friends to me, and they're all really really awesome. So that's why I stay on that server in that community is the people.
That's
really
that's
cool.
awesome, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to start GTI in the beginning. There, it was a project that had been laying around for a little while, and we had talked about it. And I asked the other guy whose idea it was if I could take it and run with it, and I did. Um, but the idea was that it would make me more engaged in the community. I get to go out, I get to reach out to people like you, uh, Oro, and I get to reach out and work with Kat, who I don't necessarily get to work with a lot on the team. I get to drag somebody I know like Joe in to all this mess. I'm sure he's enjoying it and hating it all at the same time. Uh,
I only hated it when I had to put quarters in, but then all your machines blew up, so you know.
So, for those of you who care, this is the internal side of a Dance Dance Revolution arcade machine.
Healing touch.
So, if anyone knows how to fix these things, please message me, because I have been trying to fix that one PCB board, which is actually I've got someone who sent me the images to redo the install disk. So, I was trying to work on that the other day. It kind of failed.
In the first place, like, what happened to it?
The disk drive failed initially.
The disk drive, and then everything else.
And then everything
the
else.
disk drive again.
And now I'm back to the disk drive a year later. But
That's just backlog.
I've got a drive to swap it out. I might be doing that after this. I might not. I probably won't. I'm not gonna lie. We have to play TF2 actually. I can't do it.
The worst part honestly is I when it was broken, I didn't know it was broken, and I had to be gone from Auburn for a whole year. So I came back to Auburn with like $5 of quarters in my backpack, and like literally, like one of the first things I did was I went to the student center to play DDR. I put in some quarters, and it was dead. I was like, oh, somebody forgot to plug it in. So I plugged it in, and it just didn't turn on. I was like,
nope.
No, it's like instant break right there.
This thing is worse than the
Yeah.
Xbox's like Red Ring of Death when that thing started up. So I can't tell you. This is actually only 2,000 tech, so, but it's still back in the day with the PCB boards and stuff like that. I've got all kinds of pictures of the inside of this thing, trying to send it to people that I find over the internet who have experience repairing this stuff. But you know what? That's part of my business. And another reason why I was in Birmingham was to sell my contract so I can start moving. So that's going to be awesome. Oh, sorry, Joe. You haven't heard that.
Hold on. Speaking of DDR, this is really short. I don't have a whole bunch to say on it. Guys, you can Google this. It's called Dance Dance Immolation, right?
Yep.
So you put on a fire suit and you play the game. If you play it properly and do a good performance, you get these flamethrowers that just shoot up, and it's like, yeah, you're awesome. And if you miss a step, you get a face full of fire. And it's just,
what's
my
this
friend
called?
Dan linked it to me, and I was reading about it, and it's like the most hilarious thing ever, because it's like you think you're doing super awesome, and then you just get fire right in your face.
What happens when the pads are all screwed up? Because I know that's one thing about my machine.
I don't
that
know.
The pads
It's done by
are
somebody
great.
called Interpretive Arson. That's the company that does this.
They don't have good bars though. They don't have the little grips on the bars. That would drive me nuts.
Yeah, they don't. Not to mention
But-
you're in a fire suit. That's gotta
That-
make it really hard.
I mean, I played in jeans, so I could do it maybe.
A
fire suit's not that
full-on
much thicker.
balloonized fire suit with a forced air respirator, gloves, fireproof hood, the whole 9 yards.
I'd just do
don't know.
Kind Lady and I'd be fine.
Kind Lady on Heavy. There you go.
Kind Lady on Heavy. It's the only song I could double A consistently other than Butterfly,
Man.
but who can't?
I can't. Anyways.
Love
That's-
Shine was my favorite
for
one,
reasons.
and
Oh, that song.
That
I
song.
love it though. It's so awesome.
It's a
And,
fun one. I like that one. It's just so
And
many
Daiken Kai,
combos.
that was like another good one that I could never do it, but it was also a good one.
That was one of the harder ones on Extreme just because it's one of my favorites, but it wasn't a great song, quite honestly. Like, the step chart for it was sort of silly, but I worked on getting that one actually to where I could play it pretty well.
I could only play that one What are the beginner, light, standard, heavy, and then extreme? I can only play that
It's-
one on standard.
it's
Oni.
I
It's
couldn't.
beginner, yeah, Oni. I can do butterfly on Oni, but I think that was the only one I had.
It's easier on Oni.
Yeah, I
honestly think
know,
the heavy
I
step
know.
chart is
Station,
harder.
though, so it didn't have that
The
option. It
slower
only had
goes,
like
the harder it
extreme
is
or
to
something.
track because the steps
Well, like,
are so slow.
You
I'm
couldn't
sorry.
even pick Oni, I think. You had to like tap the pad to get Oni to actually be a selectable. Like it starts out, you can just pick heavy when you're going into the
Oh.
selection.
Or you
screen.
hold the button down until the option screen shows up.
Oh yeah, so you can get your 2x, and then you go on to V on Oni and just
That's the
get yourself
lazy way.
wrecked.
Yeah,
You
you
have
got
to
to know
change
all the
your options,
codes.
though.
You definitely have to know the cards. I am a reverse hidden dark player. I actually do freestyle on the machine, so I play it on light, so don't think that I do it on heavy. But the reason for that is because I feel old every time I get on top of that thing. But it makes for really good laughs and really good advertising when somebody sees somebody like me standing up on that machine and playing it, and the arrows are just disappearing halfway down the screen. So,
Oh my god.
because that's what hidden does. So,
I'd get really mad and like push it over and be like, "What's going on?" Ah!
considering
Yes.
that each one of the pads weigh 200 pounds and the machine
I
itself
can
weighs almost
deadlift
500.
155 pounds, whatever.
Yeah, I'm thinking that the pads would win.
I can still rage at them anyway.
Yes, you
You
can, but the pads are really good on my machine. That's the
They
only
are
thing that's
very
good about my
good.
machine. So
That's because Tim lets the people who play on it actually do maintenance on the pads.
yeah,
So
because
we
they
actually
know it
try
better
and
than
keep
I
them
do.
up. Yeah, and
That's
then like
cool.
the only other place that has a DDR machine currently won't let them touch the pads, so
Yep.
they're all busted up and don't work well, and so we can't play on. Well, we don't like playing on it because it's like, oh, I'm going to step here. Oh, I've got to force all my weight down to my left leg when I've got a triple jack on my right leg coming up.
Yeah,
That's what I used to do.
I'll turn it on free play for like 4 hours, and if they clean the pads for me, I reward them with free games. I mean, who wouldn't want that deal, right?
Free
That's
games
pretty
also
awesome.
just randomly happen throughout the week, and Tim's just like, hey, Joe, free games. I'm like, well, I'm going back to campus now. Bye.
You know the best week was the start of finals week that I accidentally left the machine on free play the entire finals week and did not know. I like walked by it like 4 or 5 times. There were always people playing it, but I was so busy that I was just like, all right, sweet, all right. And then I come back on Friday to check it before everything shuts down, and they were closing the student center for the break, and I was going to turn the machine off. And I looked and I was like, it's on free play. Dang it.
Oh man, that's
And
funny.
what's funny is that when I talked to the people afterwards, they didn't even realize it until like Wednesday, and it had been on free play since Saturday.
Yeah. We'd been putting
so-
quarters in anyways, I'm pretty sure.
Some people did. Some people did put money in it still.
That's-
You're talking about community, Sam. That's a really strong community also that doesn't even revolve around computer gaming. Arcade
DDR
gaming.
was
Oh yeah.
huge. Like, my first group of friends outside of my dorm when I went to college was definitely DDR, because it was Wolfie dragging me into learning how to play and just like helping me through all of it. Like, because I couldn't play for a while without somebody beside me stomping along with me because I couldn't get the timings right. And so he got me.
That's so cute.
He got me to where I could actually play on my own, and then I got good, and now I'm terrible again because I haven't played in like a year and a half.
I haven't played in like at least 6 years.
We've
so.
hosted
I
state
haven't
tournaments
played
on my
in
machine,
forever.
so if that tells you how good it
Oh,
used to
God.
be.
The last time I played DDR was in high school with my friend Ashley. Like, we used to go to the mall, and we both were like so nervous. We're like, should we play this? Like, and she was like, I don't know, let's just go do it. So we would like be just these two like goofballs in the mall, like in this tiny like little arcade area, stomping on the machines, like you said, Joe, because like no one maintains the pads.
Yeah,
And,
you have to
like-
slam them in the malls. Ugh.
It's just the funniest thing
That's
ever.
so
I
cool.
literally haven't played in years. I never knew that community was like so strong though. Like I never even thought to
Oh, yeah.
think.
It's an exceptionally
pretty awesome.
strong community.
It's an even better community if the person who operates the machine actually goes and learns who's playing on their machine. I made it a point to sit down there day after day to actually get to know these people personally. especially Joe mentioned a guy by the name of Wolfie. I believe he was your first roommate, right, in college?
Me? No, that was Quentin.
Oh, that was Q.
Yeah, I actually never roomed with Wolfie.
Oh, okay. Well,
He was in the same building though.
okay. Yeah.
Wolfie, his actual name is Chris, I think.
Yeah, his actual name is Chris.
He introduced himself as Wolfie, and so that's the name I remember for him.
And yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a pretty alright guy. He finished college in 3 years flat. Went to law school, said it was too easy, and came back to do double masters.
Wow.
So that's what he's up to. He wouldn't tell me. I kept trying to figure it out, and he just never really responded in a way that was satisfactory.
Okay, well he's doing a master's, and he's thinking about doing a second one because they're only letting him take 9 hours. But if he starts a second master's program, he can take like 15. So that guy is just absolutely brilliant, really diligent worker, and extremely good at DDR. He actually is the one that I went to host the Alabama State tournaments.
Yeah,
which we actually had some people from Georgia come in.
State tournaments for DDR?
Oh,
yeah.
DDR.
I never knew that.
We drew in
that.
some of the top 10 people around the state, as well as some of probably the average mediocre players like Joe.
I didn't play. That was before I could do heavy very well, like competently on almost any song.
So you never played any of them?
No, I was just about at that level when I had to leave Auburn, and then when I came back, the machine was broken. So I was at tournament level as soon as it broke, basically. Which
that sucks.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed.
Were you there when the monitor? I had the green and the blue go out on the monitor, and it was pure red.
I played on that. That was hard to play on.
I mean, it was awesome. The monitor only displayed red and then like the black. Okay, so like you would get the black outlines, and the entire screen is like blood red. I'm thinking like, I'm thinking of a video game that, like, you know, once you get shot, the screen turns red. You know, and the exterior.
James Bond, GoldenEye.
GoldenEye. That's actually, yeah. So imagine playing the entire time while your screen is bugged like that.
Oh my.
And that's
addiction is a hard thing to throw away.
Yeah, that's awesome. But I mean, yeah, communities exist everywhere, and if you make it a point to get involved, the majority of them are very welcoming. Even hardcore communities, if you go in there with a hardcore mindset and you can show it to them and show them that you can improve, I mean, they'll find some way to accept you, even if you're never going to play on a team with them. I know that I hosted a hardcore community for Command and Conquer Red Alert 2 back in the day of game battles. So we were just playing, and I was pretty good. I used to play on the 2v2 ladders all the time, and I don't think I have touched that game since. But you know, they've been around for years, and it just goes to show that any hobby such as gaming can become a very large community. You know, we think of gaming as a gaming community as a whole, but there's communities inside of this community that are just absolutely insane. And I mean, you hear about it sometimes in like MMOs with clans and stuff like that, but I mean, a clan to me is sometimes not really a community. It's, you know, they're going to do stuff at a set time. A community is one that's just going to get in there. They're going to cut up. They're going to do stuff for fun. They're going to engage each other. Most of the time, whether they like it or not, they're going to engage each other. They're going to make people laugh on live streams. They're going to follow people and watch the live stream because they're on it. You know, just because they know somebody, they're going to go do something that they may not already do normally.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, same with me. Like, it helped me not be, I know I'm kind of shy, but now, like, see, I was kind of nervous at first, but I got more comfortable talking. Like, I was super, super shy, like, even before I was playing games, and one day I got a headset, and I'm like, okay, because I used to play with the sound off, and it sounds dumb, but I never knew that you could actually talk in that game. When I saw like the little bubbles come up, and I'm like, oh god, I hear these people, like, this is awesome. I'm gonna say something to them, and I'm on my mic, and they're like, is that a girl? And I'm like, oh god, I think I'm gonna leave. But like because like that's what they do. And eventually some of the people were really really cool, and they kind of just like took me in, and like I clicked the little invite button and we just started playing with one another. And then eventually I got to talking a lot, like, and I made friends, and then I was in the Mumble server. So it actually helps you. Like, some people think it's just playing a game, but it's actually helped me a lot be like more comfortable, like even with myself, because the people, like, if you become good friends with them, like they get really really supportive. There's this tons of things that you could do, like there's my server, well, not my server, but the one that I'm in on, the probably a server, and then there's even different denominations of that. You have like the Dust Bowl server, the Badwater server. We have a lobby server, which is kind of similar to like the competitive play. It kind of gives you a feel of how you can work with a team. So again, it teaches you how to like work with people. And yeah, there's like rotation servers. It teaches you how to like work on like different maps and stuff. It's really awesome. Like it's amazing to me anyway. I love it.
Kat, you have any fun community stories?
You have to have at least one.
I don't, because when I play games, I'm usually by myself or one-on-one with somebody, usually my mom or my stepdad or both of them, and then the occasional friend otherwise, like Kalma. Yes, I'm getting to you. I'm getting there. You came
What happened
afterward.
when you played TF2? Like what happened when you played TF2? What did you do when you were on it?
People get really mad at me for how bad I suck.
Oh,
Like,
God.
I'll try to kill somebody, and I'll be the one to die, and I see the chat, and they're just like, are you serious right now? And I'm like, my bad, dude.
That's the best, though. That reminds me, like, one of my favorite things that happens, my friend, oh god, he was kind of known on the server for commentating. Like, you can do, like, a lot of crazy stuff. Even though you're not supposed to mic spam, he would get on the mic and go into spectate and start commentating and talking so fast about everybody. It's just so funny. Like, because when you're in spectate, you can, like, observe different people playing.
Yeah.
And he'll sometimes do shout-outs about how bad people suck. So just be lucky that you didn't have that happen to you, because that's funny. Oh god, there's just so many different stories I have. I could go on and on, but there's other people on here, so I won't right now.
That's fine. That's fine.
I played
it's-
like a year, I think. I don't even remember the last time I played. I'm gonna go look
You should
now.
play.
I did in fact download TF2 on my primary Steam account, so
Give me your
Hey!
account. I'm gonna add you. I should add you, like, right now.
please don't, because I don't know where it will pop up on the lovely
That's okay.
stream that we have going on right now.
Yeah, I'll break
Actually, no, I have Steam closed, so it wouldn't matter.
Joe, were you the one that added me to the thing, or was that someone
Me?
else? Yeah.
that added you to Steam.
Yeah, because there was someone from Gaming Tribe that actually did add me to Steam. It was just
What's
one
your
person.
name on Steam?
Um,
What's your Steam name?
.e, vertical line, space, Oro.
No, I do not have you. It wasn't me. I'm surprised. I normally add anybody I see on there.
Oh God, why? And then unbracket. So.
Dude, if you'll send me that if you post that name in the anything, I'll drag it into my Steam.
Just
and
post it
add
on
you.
GT.
It's whatever.
I
Yeah.
believe you. Okay,
You
I'll
can have
do
up to
that.
300 people on Steam on your friends list.
If you customize your profile, I think you can have more if you do
If you
stuff with
you have to level up and stuff, I think,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something.
level up your profile.
Which I don't do because I sell all my cards.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just
But yeah.
Add
The only
me.
community thing I remember, Tim, is all the stupid tricks we would get into on the DDR machine. Like in Tiger, jumping, or R3, you could jump over the bar for the one double-sided combo. And then in Exotic, I think it was, you could do the run around the glass wall during the song. Like there's this giant glass wall at the gaming room, and you'd like be mid-song, and then there's this one place where it's a hold, and then it stops for a good like 30 seconds, and you could sprint around and do a jump over the bar, over the back of the machine, basically back onto the pad at the right timing. It was so much fun, and really, you felt awesome when you landed it. So
You do realize why that stopped, right?
Huh?
The one
No,
person who
nobody told
tripped
me
over
why.
the power cord and pulled the machine out in the middle of their song.
Oh,
Really? Who
God.
did that?
I don't remember.
How do you mess that up?
I think somebody was just like, somebody got in the way. They were like, both people were trying to walk between the column and the glass there.
Oh, was it two people doing the run at the same time? That
No,
happens
no, no, no,
sometimes.
no. I think like somebody that was like walking out of the game room did it, and they were like just walking through there, and the other guy got off the machine and started sprinting, and like they collided, and
That might
one
have
of them
been
like
me.
kicked the cord out of
That's
the
terrible.
ball.
No, I never
Yeah.
knocked the cord out, and I never stopped doing it. So
It's all good. I have a Time Crisis 2 sitting there right now. So.
yeah, no, that's so much fun. I love Time Crisis too.
It's probably the only shooter game I'm remotely good at.
There we go.
Dude, what we need is Area 51 back, but it's stinking.
It catches
on
fire. You want to see after this?
I looked at it last time I was here, Tim, and you still haven't tried to fix it.
Oh my
Lazy.
gosh. I mean, I was with our buddy Mitch, who's a firefighter, and he's like, "Let's play." I was like, "Okay," and I turned the machine on. I'm like standing in the back of the machine. I'm like, "What's that smell?" And
Oh god.
and I shut it off. He's like, "What is?" I was gonna play, man. What happened? I was like, "Dude, you're a firefighter. Use your nose."
Yeah,
You
you'd
could-
think he'd be the first one to notice that.
Well, he was on the front of the machine, and I was standing right next to the monitor board because I had the back off of the back
Machine.
panel off.
Oh, okay.
Which, cool story about Area 51. In the first area, if you shoot only the humans, like the people you aren't supposed to shoot, and don't shoot any aliens, you won't die. In fact, you'll unlock a super mode where the screen gets crazy colored, and you get double the. You basically are playing 2-player with 1 controller, so you can get a lot more points more quickly.
Yep.
Not gonna lie, I
Interesting.
did that a few times.
And,
Yeah, I learned that
Yeah,
at
you
the
have to
student
shoot the
center.
first 3 guys.
Yeah, if you miss one of them, you just wasted your time.
Yeah, and you
got
cannot
shot
shoot
like
any
3
of the
times.
aliens. You shoot your first 3 cops,
Humans,
like
yeah.
the SWAT team. SWAT team. That's what it is.
And you gotta be quick because some of them just pop. One of them just like pops up in front of the screen for like half a second and it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
and it goes back down again. Yeah.
Do that again, please.
And then he goes back down. Like, you know what I'm talking about? You know, the classic thing that they do where it's like, this will make them shoot the good guys. In front of the screen. Gosh.
This it's the thing that the operators love, but the players hate.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Of course, Area 51 is one of the few arcade games I've ever actually beaten all the way through because Tim was trying to fix the machine one day and put in 51 credits towards the game. Trying to
Oh
fix
Jesus
it.
Christ.
I did.
I beat the game twice, and there were still 27 to go, so I just left.
Patrick
funny.
Conaway did the exact same thing, and he got the max score of 998,999, and he did it in like 20 credits or something like that. I was like, "What are you doing, man? You're so good at this game." He beat it 3.5 times over.
That's funny.
Do nothing else but play the game, obviously.
Yeah.
That's how you get
He had already had some of the high scores anyways.
Yeah.
But I mean, like a lot of people, they'll just play and beat the game once. But there's actually a lot of secret areas that you can unlock on the second playthrough, and people don't really know that.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I think I got a couple of them, though.
Well, they're easier to unlock the second level because the more times you beat the game, if I remember correctly, certain areas that you have to shoot in order to get like into, or you have to shoot
Yeah.
them in a particular order. Certain things like that are a lot easier to unlock. If I remember correctly, the one where you have to shoot out every single glass window pane in the game.
I remember that.
The glass
Something I was trying to
remains
do.
shot out if from one playthrough to the next. That might be
Really?
only from, yeah, if I remember correctly.
that was something I tried to do, I'm pretty sure, and I just never pulled it off.
It's
I do that
the reason why I
regardless.
had it set to loop on the game, so you could keep playing it over and over again.
Okay.
But
Good guy, Tim.
yeah, good guy Tim. So
It's the only time you'll hear me say that.
yeah, maybe.
I have to play more games. Like, once I get a game that I like playing, I just play that. I mean, I wish I could actually beat this game and move on to a different one, but I've just recently started, like, competitive play, and, like, with my my one SEAL team, and so that's just gonna be like a whole different story now. I just can't stop. I want to go back to playing like other first-person shooters. Like I have
Yeah.
just like a ton of games in my library, like Left 4 Dead. Obviously, I've never even played Portal yet.
What?
So I've never played Portal. I have
You can.
all of the games in my library that everyone has played, like the BioShocks, everything.
Oh,
I just
please tell me you
haven't
played
played it yet.
Bioshock's.
I've played them, but like not all the way
Okay,
through
good.
because I just
Oh.
keep going back to this one game.
Bioshock.
That's the
and-
problem with those games.
I beat
know.
Bioshock Infinite in a single 9-hour playthrough in one Saturday.
I haven't
'Cause-
even played that yet.
I work at a summer camp, and so I don't have a ton of time to game normally during the summers. And so, like, I got the game, immediately went home and installed it, played it for like 3 hours that night, then got up the next morning and finished it. My parents didn't even stop me for some reason. It was weird. Like, normally they're like, Joe, you've been playing games for like 3 or 4 hours now. And I'll be like, oh, wow. And I was like, came down, they're like, you have fun? I was like, yeah. I was like, that was like 9 hours. They were like, yeah, it's a long time.
What was the longest you think that you've sat, like anywhere, like no matter which game it was, sat and played anything?
I might have hit 10 hours once on Dark Souls.
Hmm.
Because I beat it and I was at the I had 2 bosses left and then the final boss left, and I was up at like 3 a.m. one night and I decided I might as well just stay up the rest of the night and beat the game finally.
38 hours of a LAN tournament of Halo
Oh,
Wow.
2. Halo
Wow.
Maybe, I think mine was maybe 19 hours for
oh my
Kingdom Hearts.
goodness.
It was
That's a good
Kingdom
one.
Hearts when it
Wow.
first, like, I was in high school. I didn't have anything else to do. I just played. What are you eating?
It's
The last time I
pineapple.
sat
It's
and played
pineapple.
I just want to see. What is it?
It's pineapple. I'm telling you, she
Pineapple.
posted about
Pineapple,
it.
he's right.
Oh. Mine was like 19 hours.
I was
for
sitting
Kingdom
here and
Hearts.
I kept looking at my
That's
kitchen. I'm just like, can I get there and back? And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I have nothing to say. I'm going.
No.
Oh my gosh, this guy called Static FX in the Twitch stream has played 48 hours straight on a
Dude,
UT. I don't know what UT
you should
is.
know-
UT
you should-
Lane.
Unreal
Really?
Tournament.
Unreal Tournament. My bad.
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Was
one.
it the original?
48 hours.
Please tell me it was the
It
original.
just says Unreal Tournament, so I'm assuming it's the original.
Okay.
We'll
LAN
probably
party. So
Awesome.
once the stream catches up with us, he'll probably respawn. And dude, apparently Amanda, who will be on here next week, hasn't beaten Portal 2 yet, but Portal 1 you can beat in one night quite easily. I feel like. It might
I've
be
never
3 or
played
4
the
hours.
cooperative side of Portal 2.
you should
So-
never ever play Portal 2 co-op unless you trust the person.
Nah, play with people you don't trust. Me and my
Joe,
friend had tons
Joe,
of fun.
you and
Dude,
I are
you
gonna play
guys
Portal
talk
2.
and You don't trust them? Oh my god. I
That's
played
a
with
good way
Oma
just to get angry and
Yeah.
The
Play.
only unfair thing, Tim, is I know every way to kill you in the first like 20 levels of co-op.
Hey, I'll be sitting here smiling the whole way through, gritting my teeth, but smiling.
Like I'll probably be more inhibitory than actually helpatory, because it'd be unfair because
play
I've already
with
beaten
me.
most of it. I'll play it with anyone. That's a great game. I even have a skin for that game for my for the blue guy. Like I bought skins for Portal 2 characters.
I didn't go that far.
I
Actually,
really
I
liked
played
it.
co-op, but I never played the storyline.
Okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity to go ahead and tell Valve that they just need to go ahead and put out Half-Life 3.
If you say it, I'm gonna punch you. Ugh.
Yeah, I
It's
said
not
it.
coming out. Like I'm pretty sure Valve's actually said that at this point it couldn't live up to the hype. So there's really no point in them bringing it out now. Like, because they'd just be letting people down.
Yeah, they should just say that it's not coming out and then just put it out one day. Just say it's not coming out and just
Surprise.
official comment it's not coming out, and then have a secret project that they hire for, and it's specifically Half-Life 3.
Even if they do say it's not coming out, people will just be like Half-Life confirmed, like they always
Yeah, they
do.
always
like
do.
they've been
Well,
doing.
yeah.
Everything
Like,
they
it's
see.
a meme now.
A what? Please no. No.
Did you see that? He just gets on the bed like she won't notice. You're such a jerk.
JR, you get on that bed again, boy. Get on that bed again.
Smack him with the
He's looking at the camera.
Come
No,
on,
he-
JR.
Pineapple.
Come on,
He
JR.
likes pineapple. And he's
Oh
gonna get
my
pineapple.
goodness.
Now, though.
All right, guys. Let's keep going on. A few things I want to mention. If anyone watched the first episode of GT Insider, Joe there actually talked about. No, actually, was it the first episode or the second? Tower of Guns.
That was second episode.
That was the second episode. Yes, it was. I'm getting a little sidetracked here, but the Humble Bundle has its weekly.
It's one of the bundles now.
It has its weekly sale up right now. It is handpicked by one of Mass Luminosity sponsors, Devolver Digital. I think I am saying that correctly. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Anyways,
it is Devolver that is running that bundle, but I don't think all games were produced by Devolver.
No, they weren't. They handpicked games that they believe that the community should play.
Yeah, which I would support the Tower of Guns one. I would like to add Dungeons of Dreadmore to that. I don't think it was in there, but Dungeons of Dreadmore is a fantastic game for $5 on Steam. So much fun.
The Tower of Gun on the Humble Bundle, you have to spend $10. It's just a flat thing, $10. I encourage you to go to support.
It's still cheaper.
Yeah, it's still cheaper than buying it on Steam. I encourage you to go support not only Humble Bundle but any charities out there, Child's Play especially. I know I support Child's Play heavily, even outside of the Humble Bundle. I absolutely believe in that concept. I believe in charitable organizations that are going to give back, especially to kids in hospitals all over the place, because, I mean, it's awesome. So be sure to check out any of their live streams. There's a lot of people who live stream specifically to raise money for charities. But I'm not going to go into that right now because we have somebody who is scheduled for one of the upcoming episodes of GT Insider, who's going to mention a little bit about charity streaming and stuff like that. So for his piece here, so shout out to that guy. I'm sure he knows who he is.
Yeah.
I don't even think. Let's see here. Kat, have I sent you the list of all the upcoming guests?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I'm over here laughing.
Okay. Are you excited?
Who it was.
Yes.
Awesome. Sam, I think I even shared it with you, right? Did I share you all the upcoming guests?
You did. Did I
Aw,
remember?
this Joe left
Do I
out.
remember?
No, I didn't.
No, I got it.
I wouldn't have told you who it was.
I had to tell him I
No.
could do it, which hopefully I still can, because I got the internship I wanted, but I got to make sure that a few more details on that one.
Joe will be here
Your
next week. If
file.
anything changes, we'll let you know. So
Your
I will
file
be here
says-
next week.
I can't even read this. Guest list for that's what it says.
Don't read it on the stream. They
no,
can't know.
I'm not reading it on the stream. I'm reading
No.
I'm reading the name of the file. That's what he sent it as. So I'm like, did he send me the wrong thing?
there's
That's
a
what it
guest
said.
list. Yeah. I share that with people who are already on the show because I know that they should not be spoiling things, right?
No, the name of the file was what made me laugh.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. On that note, I've scheduled all the way through the end of May our guest. So if you're still interested in being a guest, you're gonna have to wait till at least June. But be sure to hit me up. I will start those. I will start scheduling June here at the turn of the month. So, and people who have already sent me emails or messages on GT, however they get a hold of me, I'll let you know how to do all that at the end of the show. But those people get first right of refusal. So,
Mom, stop distracting me with links. I'm just gonna laugh like an idiot over here. She's
okay.
watching, but she's sending me funny links at the same time, and I'm just like, can't focus, wanna
That's
laugh.
happening to me.
that's fine. I encourage that highly. So, it's
No.
this is totally a serious project, but at the same time, it's meant to be a lot of fun. So, and I mean, if we're not ourselves and we're just sitting here like, hey guys, welcome. I'm gonna talk about some Daylight. Daylight's coming up, you guys.
Video games.
Anyways, but speaking of Daylight, I do want to mention Daylight is coming out this month. If anyone's into the horror games, then you should definitely check out Daylight. It was the first game to feature on the Unreal Engine 4 or the Unreal 4 engine, and that was at PAX last year. So this is pretty awesome. If anyone watched any of the alpha videos, several videos had them falling through the floor randomly and having to restart the game in the alpha, and that has since been fixed. But it comes out this month. It's a very interesting looking game. It's got a randomly generated aspect to it outside of the very, very beginning. So no two playthroughs should ever be the same, which is a really interesting concept for a horror game. And it's really just showcasing the engine there that they've developed on. But one thing I do want to mention, though, is they are one of the studios involved is Zombie Studios, and they released Guardians of Middle-earth. I don't know if anyone read it, but I actually reviewed the PC version of that game, and it was the worst port I have ever seen from console to PC, because whoever wants to make a MOBA on a console first is just absolutely insane by my degree. I gave it a score of 40 out of 100, and that's just because I love I love Lord of the Rings, because the whole thing was based on Lord of the Rings. So I'm really curious because they've done the Fear games and other things like that. So their horror genre is really good. They've got a lot of talent on that side of the house. So I feel like this game's going to be good, and because I already reviewed one game from this studio, does not mean that I'm not excited about it, but I will go in there knowing that in the back of my mind. So I don't think I'll be able to give a legitimate review on it. I can share my opinion, but my opinion might be faltered because they screwed up one of my favorite series in the world, which is Lord of the Rings. I mean, because who wouldn't want to play Lord of the Rings MOBA? It's just like Heroes of the Storm that's coming out. You know, who wouldn't want to play a Blizzard MOBA? But
nope, Stonewall song.
Still.
Dang it!
I'm still jealous you got the beta for WildStar. I'm so jealous.
I'm still trying to get the Shire song. I just can't get it.
Let's see here. So I'm really excited for Daylight. I don't know if you guys play any horror games, but I've played Amnesia. I haven't played the second Amnesia. I've actually watched the first Amnesia playthrough like 4 or 5 times from some very popular streamers as well as YouTube personalities. And it's a lot of fun. I never watched PewDiePie's one. So
he actually is really funny to watch playing horror games. He's actually
done Daylight already, so
yeah. I actually own Amnesia, but I have not played it yet. I need to play it at some point.
All right, so we're gonna put Joe on the live stream after this, playing Amnesia, and I'm gonna turn the webcam. I'm gonna turn the webcam on and go from there.
I haven't played it yet either. I've seen one of my friends play it though, but he like literally screamed and got scared and turned it off. Like I couldn't even see what he was doing though. Like, is it that scary?
That sounds like me when I played Fear. Oh my god. I was playing it in one of those gaming places, whatever you call them. And me and my friend screamed loud enough that everybody else heard us through their headphones and their games and looked at us. I've never played that game since. Never touched it, and I refuse to, because I don't do scary ever.
We're definitely gonna have Kat be reviewing Daylight for us, which under our review terms, you have to 100% play the game. So
I guarantee you, set me up on a stream playing a horror game, and people will just die laughing at how ridiculous.
And that is what we're going for. Welcome to the community. And you just got thrown into this, so you will find that game show up in your Steam library here in a few weeks.
Oh,
and
as long as I don't spend any money on it.
And
wait, Amnesia or Daylight?
Daylight and Amnesia. We should just do both.
By the way, y'all, just so everybody knows, I don't know, this got released ages ago, so I'm probably just rehashing old news, but from the makers of Amnesia is coming a sci-fi sort of horror game, which if anybody's ever been on the SCP websites, which if you're interested in that, let me know after the let me know in a message, and I'll send you the link to that site because it's just too much to explain right now. But it's a game called Soma, and it's basically like a place that contains anomalous objects, and they're trying to like figure out what's going on. And something goes wrong, of course, making it the horror game that it is. But it looks like it's going to be fantastic. And that one I will probably play through as soon as it comes out, just because I'm very interested in that style of horror games compared to like the normal old schooler, more old school horror.
I'm really looking forward to I say Daylight is one that's coming out soon, so I'm like interested to try it here in, I think it comes out next week. But the Dying Light is another one that's coming out, and it's got like the parkour elements, and you have to survive at night, and it's just zombies everywhere. So it's like a zombie survival horror.
That sounds really awesome.
And I guess it could be compared to Dead Island, but it looks like it's a lot better than Dead Island. Dead Island glitched like crazy for me, so I don't know if it was my computer or if it was the game, but I got to a point where it's pretty much unplayable because I was just getting frustrated. And hopefully Dying Light lives up to its expectations. So that's more of a zombie survival type game. I encourage you to go check out some of the footage because it
The
looks
only
pretty good.
scary game I have that I've been told was scary, since I don't know because I haven't played it, is Penumbra, I think it's called.
That's from Frictional, actually, the same
Yeah.
studio that made Amnesia.
Yeah, I don't know where I got it from. I think it came with like one of my Humble bundles, and I've never installed it because I'm just like, no, not gonna do it.
You should just do it and then stream it.
Oh god. No.
Stream every scary game that you have and that you haven't played.
All right, well, let's keep rolling on. We've had a lot of fun. This is really laid back. So let's go on and talk a little bit about GT and what's coming up in GT. What's happened this week in GT? Oh my gosh, it's been a huge week. For starters, hey, new global giveaway. Anybody excited about that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
entered it.
Yes.
I mean,
I answered it.
yeah, of course I entered it. So. I mean, how hard is it to enter it whenever you just like click one button and it's like verify likes done,
Yep.
Yep.
So, absolutely. I'm actually saving that for next week. Next week is going to be the big giveaway talks. I'm going to highlight a few of the products that some people may or may not know about from our sponsors' point of view. And so I'm going to actually save more of that talk for next week and highlight some really special stuff in there. Let's see here. So I've seen a lot of people, mixed opinions about the new GT layout. A lot of people.
I like it.
Yeah, a lot of people
like
don't
it
like
too.
the fact that there's this little box around all the messages and stuff like that. But I mean that's okay. It's whatever. I like it. I actually am now using the light side. I don't know why I changed. I just can't get
Peter.
over it.
You changed to the light side?
I changed to the light side.
I knew you
Cookies
would
for
join me
you.
eventually.
So
I will never change.
that's okay.
We'll change when it's the only one.
But
I'm just kidding.
that slight little amount of gray actually helps me a lot, and it actually tones down a little bit of the brightness on the how bright it actually is off my monitor.
Yeah. By the time I got into the light side, they had already toned down the white, so it actually was like really nice.
Yeah. Well, the big thing I want to mention is, hey, we have a new chairman of the board. So the board of directors is kind of like the group of advisors to the CEO and other people that's working for Mass Luminosity. And the new chairman of the board of directors there is, I believe it's Jeffrey Osborne. If I'm saying that correctly, really, really great resume behind him, and Angel had some awesome words to say for that guy. Go and check it out on GT. You can find it on the Facebook page, or you can find it on the GT Mass Luminosity page. And absolutely, there's an official press release over on MasterMinosity.com. And, I mean, this guy, he looks like he's going to help get this going pretty strong. I'm really excited. Apparently, there's some big stuff coming next month that I'm not going to mention right now because I don't even know what's going on.
So excited for it, though.
Oh, I'm so excited for it, too. So, Sam, you were completely out of the loop on that one, so don't worry about that.
No, that's
Wait,
fine.
am I out of the loop too, Tim, or should I not be? I can't.
You on this one, you're in the loop.
I
He
am.
doesn't even
You
know.
just don't
He's
even
in
know.
there.
He doesn't know.
He
You just don't even know it. That's how secretive this is. No, it's all stage 1 development right now. All right. So, but no, I really want to welcome Mr. Jeffrey Osborne, if I'm saying that correctly. If not, someone please correct me. But absolutely welcome, and thank you for doing what you do. I know that is a pretty stressful job in some organizations. I don't know how the board of directors meetings look for Mass Luminosity because I've never been to one, and I will never probably get invited to one because that's generally not random people. You generally don't show up to those things. So inside the business world, that is a great thing to announce, especially with somebody as qualified as Mr. Osborne there. So,
Got his name right. No way.
I would like to state for the record that although his name is Osborne, there are no facts linking him to the Green Goblin.
that was a question that somebody asked. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
So, if we have that kind of
The only thing I can
connection,
think of.
then apparently we have Spider-Man somewhere around here.
Join me, Spider-Man.
So,
Weren't we just saying this? You just said that in the chat.
Yeah, I know. I was
uh,
testing the waters, and then I was going to do it in the chat. You see, I was just making sure. I was making sure it was going to be a receptive audience.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'll accept that, sure.
you forgot that together we could rule this city part.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's in there. It's in there. Look right
Forgot
after.
to say it.
No. Oh, I'll do it then right now. Together we could rule this city.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's move on a little bit. If anyone goes to their profile page on gamingtribe.com there, you'll notice that if you have your Facebook or Twitter side of the house, if you go to any profile page actually, if you have that set in your profile settings that have the links and all that stuff, it actually has been moved. It used to be over the profile pictures as kind of like an overlaid click option, I guess. And now it is directly below your profile picture, and then below all the info that you choose to share publicly, or with friends, or however you wish to share that type of information. Things like your occupation, your date of birth, where you what country you live in, and what you're currently playing. I encourage everyone to at least show me what they're currently playing. I encourage you to update that regularly. And the reason why I mention that is because it says that I'm currently playing League of Legends, Pharaoh, and Diablo 3. And although all of those are true, I have other games that I've been playing, like Hearthstone, that is not on there. And I should be absolutely ashamed. So I'm sure I've already held my head low for plenty of this podcast. But below that is the Facebook and Twitter links if you have those plugged into your profile. And I think if you have your email, maybe that's also an option. I don't know. I only have Facebook and Twitter on mine, so.
I don't believe that the email is an option because I'm pretty sure my email's online. And
Yeah, I don't
shows
think
on.
an email is an option. I think it's a message. Don't remember. I don't see it right now, so.
It was
maybe-
there earlier. It must have been taken off for a little bit for
Well,
work or
maybe
something.
it's because we're looking at our own profile. Give me a second. Let me.
Mine works on other people's profiles. I
Okay.
see.
So it'd be on other people's
Yeah,
profiles.
I'm
Maybe,
on mine right
yeah,
now.
maybe it's because I'm looking at my own profile.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just clicked the My Profile button. It made it really easy. So I went over to Robert Fix. Shout out to Robert Fix. Yes, I can see the message button on him. So
Andrew Lindsay, I can see it on yours as well, my man. I
There
don't
you
know
go.
if you've
There you
watched GT Insider.
Yeah, I just went to him.
He's the first status on mine.
Yeah, that's just the one that I
Mine
clicked.
too.
That's because he is active enough to win a loot drop. So
That is true. He did win the loot
he
drop.
creates a relevant, interesting post. And big shout out to XFX for hosting those first 2 loot drops. That case looks awesome, but sadly I don't need one. So maybe in a few months when I have enough disposable income to build a second machine. So
Oh, I forgot that I actually was playing something else besides TF2. I have Pokemon X, a Goat Simulator on.
Oh
my
yeah,
profile.
Goat Simulator.
okay, who,
Finally fixed the angel bug. I'm
Did
so
they?
happy. Yeah,
Good.
I finally got that achievement the other day.
did you know that they're coming to Goat Simulator is coming out with local multiplayer?
Yep.
That is
Oh,
going to be
wow.
in the first patch, or
Coming
is it
out
gonna?
this May.
It might be a DLC one, but it's gonna be free regardless.
Yeah.
Amanda,
Uh,
we're playing that. We are playing that.
It'll be split
So
screen.
Sam and Amanda are gonna be playing Goat Simulator, for sure, split screen, and it's going to be awesome.
And I'll rope Tim into it at some point, and
Depending on when the
Just-
patch comes out, Joe and I will play.
not
Uh,
to you act like you have a choice, but you really don't.
You're right. I don't have a choice. Not when it comes to you. So, I believe it is still up. Let me check real quick. The My Human Power polos are $36 over by our partners of Culture of Clothing. They have the right to they have, if I remember correctly, the exclusive rights to make the apparel that we have, that people offer, the things like the hoodies that I've been wearing and some other stuff, which my hoodie is actually still in my truck. I did not manage to unpack that before I got back in here. Of course I have, nope, that's not one. Actually I will show this to at least Sam. Sam, can you finish this phrase?
I can't even see that.
It says, be polite, be professional.
No?
You can't finish that page? Or that,
No.
you can't finish
I
that?
can't even see. No, I can't.
Be poop.
I can't. Hold it up. Hold it up. Okay. More?
I can't hold it up more. That's all that you
Kill
need.
Everybody you meet.
It says, but have a plan to kill everybody you meet.
Oh, yes.
Do you recognize that quote?
Yes.
What is it from?
What was the name of it? Yes. The sniper from TF2.
The sniper from TF2.
I couldn't
So-
see. It was like all blocky.
Well, I had to turn
It
the
was
focus
from
off
Meet
of
the
my
Sniper
webcam. So,
video.
yes.
I have a sandwich shirt somewhere around here, and I also have like a FYI I am a spy shirt. Because I used to play spy when I first started along at the Pyro, but I'm like, no, I don't want this anymore.
Tim, I might have to steal your shirt because Sniper's my favorite class to play when there aren't 5 other people on the server playing Sniper already.
The biggest thing is that shirt does not come from a TF2 provider. That shirt actually comes from a Ranger.
Oh, I know who.
You know who. But that's okay. So that's why I didn't hold it up anymore. I didn't want to give him any free advertising.
Oh, okay.
But
When
yeah.
I read it, like, it didn't click, but then I read it in, like, I heard it in my head in the sniper's voice, and I'm like, oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
So the TF2 sniper actually says the same thing on the back, but it's actually a quote from a soldier a long time ago, so it didn't actually originate from TF2. I hate to break the news to the TF2 community, but I'm sure there's somebody who's going to double check that somewhere. So
Probably.
Yeah, you know for a fact somebody's Googling that angrily to try to prove you wrong.
please do, because I've heard it since before TF2 came out. So I
TF2 came out at
live.
creation.
Yeah, I know. TF2's been around for 2,000 years. Technology wasn't even invented. TF1 wasn't even made yet.
2,000 years.
So,
It's
but-
been around for way too long.
if you haven't purchased it yet, they're still available. The Human Power Polo over at myhumanpower.com is still available for $36, and that includes free shipping worldwide. I do believe you still have to pay customs duties and stuff like that, so don't believe that's included in the free shipping. That's subject to your own country, but as far as the $36 price that you see, that is the price you pay when you buy the shirts. What each one of your own countries' customs and all that stuff does, I can't say that. It's probably going to be available for roughly, probably about another 2.5 hours. So if you're watching live, that works great. If you're watching the VOD, you might be far enough in to go ahead and get it, but probably not. So those of you who are watching live and you haven't bought one yet, I got 2 yesterday, and
Did not know my chair went back this far. I think it's gonna break.
Do
Yeah, I
it.
think it's breaking.
Break the
I'm just
chair.
gonna tell you right now that
the
if
chair.
you fall, I will unashamedly just laugh at you. I'll make
That's
sure
okay.
you're okay, but I will still laugh.
I have like pillows right here, so.
I'll post a GIF of it on the Reddit.
that's what I was
Oh
going to
God,
say.
please no.
That's what I was
It'll
going
be
to
the
say.
first post in a Gaming Tribe Reddit subreddit.
No.
No. Here's actually, I was going to bring that up. This is something that we've talked about in the team chat a little while. If you are interested in a Gaming Tribe AMA, I can't promise you who would be on it and who wouldn't. I can promise you that some of the community team members, such as myself and Kat, could probably be on it. But if you are interested in a Reddit AMA from the perspective of myself or other community team members, and maybe we could convince some of the other higher ups to do it. Maybe Angel might figure out how to use Reddit. I don't know if he knows. I'm sure he does. Angel knows everything. I wouldn't be surprised, but we could definitely get some of the community team members on there if that's something someone's interested in. And I mean, even if it's just one person who's interested in it, I might be willing to just go ahead and do it. So,
Do you have a Reddit account, Tim?
I do have a Reddit account, and it has one post, and that was it.
Bet you can't guess what my Reddit name is.
No game.
No.
Diabuda.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking that it was a trick question.
No, it
So,
wasn't.
but definitely, if you are interested in that, please hashtag AMA on Gaming Tribe. And if it starts becoming trending and it stays trending because more than one person is actually posting about it, then I will see that it happens sometime before, let's say before the end of May. That works for just about everyone. It works for me, anyways. But if it's that far out, then I have a better chance of getting more people in. If it's something that we do like tomorrow, then it's probably just going to be me, to be completely honest with you. And that's just not going to be fun. If you want to ask me anything, do so on this or do so outside of this. You can ask me whatever. But there's definitely a lot of questions, and I'm sure people would be more interested in figuring out, what flavored jam or jelly people prefer.
Raspberry.
So, I mean, that's a very important factor.
Raspberry.
So,
Blackberry.
Strawberry.
Raspberry.
there we go.
Preserves. Strawberry.
Praise
See.
the sun.
I'm very uninteresting. I choose the traditional grape. So, unless it's, I have some homemade jam, some homemade apple jam that
Homemade blueberry.
that my aunt makes, and every Thanksgiving I can get some of that. So, so
Crying in my ear, and I don't know what he wants.
JR, come here, boy. Come on, boy. Jump up on the computer. Jump up on the desk. Come on, JR.
Not on the bed.
You told him to do it that time.
No, I told him to jump on my leg.
he was getting on the bed so you can get on your leg.
No, he wasn't. He was gonna lay down. He's like, gotcha.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah, he's hurt. He looks hurt.
that's great. That's great.
You're a good boy, JR.
Aw.
Oh, watch your face. Oh, No, don't growl at me.
He's not growling at you. He's growling at me.
Great.
JR. JR.
All right, sweet. So definitely, if go post on the post about Mr. Osborne there. Definitely go say thank you for all his hard work that he's going to be providing here. All his very intuitive knowledge of business and all things business. And because I mean, people don't realize it, but board of directors is a pretty big deal. No one really hears about it. And being the chairman of the board basically means you're the boss of the board. You're the head honcho, and you control all those meetings. So it's great.
Together, Angel, we could rule this website. I apologize, Mr. Osborne, if you felt like that was disrespectful watching this.
All right, Joe's phone is going off.
Huh? No, it's not.
Oh, that's my phone. What? Why is my phone? I don't even know where my phone is.
I even have
Everyone
an
remember
excuse
to
this
silence
week.
your phones before this call, please.
Okay, I mean, if I showed everyone my current situation, I literally got home and there is all the crap from unpacking my truck. So, I have no clue who would be calling me, to be completely honest with you.
Mr. Osborne is calling you.
Oh man, oh, I don't know if I want to pick up.
He's watching right now.
I wonder what would happen if I gave my phone number out. There's something going on in chat.
The Theobalith kid. The Theobalith
What
just said, "Shut this Joe kid up. He'll ruin my plan."
That's great.
Oh, someone said Osborne is calling right now. Like, I didn't even look when I said that.
Yeah, it was like at the same time you said it, so it's like the lag. Once it lags up, they're gonna hear it.
Do I
Like,
need
you
to
just
do I
want
need to
chat.
check my phone and see if it's an unknown number?
Yeah,
Yes.
you do. If it's Osborne, let's get him on the show.
Oh my
Right.
gosh. If that's the case, my Skype can be used.
There's a lag on this, like, so bad, though.
That would be
well.
hilarious. That would be
Now my
It's-
mom's getting in on it too. He's
That would
like,
be
don't
absolutely
answer.
hilarious.
No.
so. I don't want to get up from my chair because if I get up, I might knock this over right here. You know, that's this lovely piece of hardware that makes Joe sad every time he sees it.
That you just picked up and you could have put elsewhere so you could have gotten up.
Shh.
Yeah, come on, Tim.
So, awesome. Kat, do you remember anything else that's going on other than the giveaway, polo, new board of directors?
I was my bladder. I was supposed to talk about Wildstar.
I know you are.
Other than that, no.
Brawl is coming out. Well, not Brawl. The new Smash Brothers is coming out.
Yes, it is.
That's also
This is
amazing.
true. The only
can
reason
also-
I'm not going crazy over it is because I don't have a system to play it on, so I'm just like, whatever.
I think you can play it on the 3DS, though.
Yeah,
I've
you
heard
can.
from
It's coming out.
What?
It's coming out first.
Yes.
For the 3DS, which makes me super happy because I have one.
Because they want to sell
Right.
mobiles because they haven't sold enough of anything else. So
All
Oh,
right,
the
someone go
handhelds.
to the Kickstarter so I can go buy a 3DS.
Well, it's been confirmed already, but I believe Charizard is a playable character, and so is, God, there's so many of them, but the last stage, I think Greninja, that Pokemon is also a playable character.
Yes, he is. But is
Yes.
Charizard separate from the trainer this time?
I think so.
was
yeah.
he even a
Yeah.
part of the trainer last time?
Yes.
Yes, he
He
was,
was?
a Pokemon trainer along with, I believe, was it Squirtle, Ivysaur, and then it was the Charizard that was in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I'm really excited for that game. I don't have a Wii U yet, but I'm probably just gonna play it on my 3DS.
I knew
Listen,
Charizard was
Same
an
here.
item, but I didn't know you could get him in the Pokeball. I didn't know
Yeah,
you could
he
actually play him
was-
on the trainer.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
trainer-
like you could switch
Trainer
between
could be
3.
Squirtle, Ivysaur, I think, and
Yeah, and then
Charizard.
Charizard. And also
I know who would be
Pikachu,
calling me.
Jigglypuff.
It's probably somebody asking if I'm done with the podcast yet, so
there's
they can
also,
walk in the door.
There's also Mega Man too, which is gonna be interesting.
Alrighty, well, yeah, I just wanted to get through the GT stuff. So if people were sticking around for that, they could stick around for that. I've got a couple.
thing I have is people need to fix their profile pictures.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be in the closing rant, but I want you to talk about WildStar, and then I'm going to go into some of the community projects that are upcoming. So.
Okay, hold on. Get off. Oh. He's not that heavy until he sits on your bladder, and it's just like, ow. Anyway, WildStar. It's another MMO. I was watching. I'm gonna skip straight to the pay to play first because I saw people talking about that in the chat, and then I'll get on with the rest of the stuff. You have the option of paying per month for your subscription, but they also have something called Cred, C-R-E-D-D, which I forgot what it stands for. But basically, it's an in-game item that you can use to extend your account subscription for 30 days. And you can buy it from other players using your in-game gold. So I'll use the website for this. You've got player A. Tim's player A. Joe is player B. Player A.
Hey!
You're going down, Joe.
Tim doesn't mind paying his subscription as long as his game is good and he wants a big rich game he can bite into. Joe doesn't have the cash or he doesn't want to pay for a subscription. What bro has the time? Or what bro does have is time. So Tim loves the game, but he wishes he had more time to play. Joe loves the game too, and he's been plowing through content, so he's got some gold to spend. Tim is ready for his mount, but he hasn't had the time to earn enough gold to pay for it. Joe is about to hit Elder Game, but his free 30 days are almost up. This is really amusing now that I'm putting their names in it. Especially because the actual character name on here is Higginbottom.
Oh yeah, I read that actually when I was looking at the game.
Yes, so Tim will buy the cred and puts it online on what they call the commodities exchange, the CX. And then Joe buys it with this huge pile of gold. So now Joe gets more game time and Tim gets money to go buy his mount. And that's pretty neat. So you don't necessarily have to spend your own money to play the game if you make lots and lots of gold all the time.
Okay, the name of the game escapes me, but what's the one, is it EVE Online, that has all the spaceships and everything like that? Is that correct?
Yes,
EVE
although I'm
Online?
about to post some false information in the stream chat.
Yeah.
They are talking about the fact that Eve does the same thing.
EVE does the same thing. So,
Yes, apparently it was not the first one for it, but I just claimed that there was a game called Eram's Glop that was made for the ColecoVision that ran off the same system.
yeah, and it's becoming a more popular model. But I think everyone should take a little lesson from Diablo 3, but at the same time,
Guild Wars
Diablo
2.
3 is not the exact same thing.
Guild Wars 1 was first.
Having the ability to buy gold in a game can somewhat disrupt and dismantle the economy, but at the same time, it also has the ability to stabilize it. When you're able to basically pay with in-gold currency or in-game currency for a subscription, a lot of times it's going to stabilize the economy in a game. So certain items are going to be, priced around whatever the current gold amount is for that month of play, basically. So the prices should start reflecting the amount of play time inside the game rather than something like speculating how much it's actually worth once the in-game currency stabilizes. So, all right, what else? Anything else about WildStar?
Oh, there's lots.
Awesome.
There's lots. First, you've got your sides, then you've got the races and the classes, and then the path. Your sides are called the Exiles and the Dominion. And from the little bit of playing that I've done so far, the Dominion are a bunch of jerks. I hate them because they're mean and they blew up this giant tree that was trying to have a conversation with me, and they didn't let him finish. And now he's dead.
Hey, Tree, I'm gonna let you finish.
I was just going to say that.
So the Exiles you have human, which I don't need to explain. You have a race called the Granok, they're made of rocks, and they're also almost always hungover because they love to drink. You have the Auron. They're small, skinny little ladies, and they're like the typical cat girl of every game. Although they can have bunny ears and other kind of ears, and they have long, fluffy tails. So as you can tell, throughout the beta, there is a very large amount of Auron running around everywhere. Lots of cat girls. It's no surprise to me. And then you have one called the Mordesh. And they're kind of like the undead. So it's really weird. They have a degenerative disease from messing with the bad side of alchemy. And now they're basically a space zombie, which is kind of fun. On the Dominion side, you've got the Cassian, which is kind of like the human, but they're called something different for some reason. It's a way to differentiate between the Exiles and the Dominion. You also have the Makari. They're an engineered race, and they're basically highly efficient killing machines, and their favorite thing to do is to kill people. And they don't have a sense of humor at all. It's very apparent in the way you speak with the NPCs in the game as well. They're just so deadpan about everything. It makes it funny, actually. Next, you have the Draken, which when I saw them in-game, they look more like manticores than anything else. They've got the massive horns and the long tail, and they kind of hunch over. And their face is hideous. Lastly, for the Dominion, you have one called the Chua, which is like a mutant chinchilla or something. They're only male. You can't have there's no female option. They're really tiny, have these huge ears unless you pick smaller ones, and they're like sociopathic. They love to destroy stuff and like to invent things. So like to invent things that just blow up everything else, and it's really, really amusing. So you run around as like a psychotic rat, just fighting everything, and it's really cute. Going from the races, we go to the classes. You have Warrior, which you can do melee, DPS, and tank. Spellslinger, which is range DPS or healer. And basically a Spellslinger, think of Vash the Stampede from Trigun with his guns, but instead of bullets, he throws out spells. It's really, really amusing. They use guns to shoot all their spells, and there was a really funny thing to it, saying that they were limited in their firepower until they realized that they had another hand. And so now they dual wield guns and shoot twice as fast. It's really, really fun. So far I've played Spellslinger, Esper, and Engineer, which I'm getting to those ones here. After Spellslinger, you have Esper, which is another caster one, range DPS and healer. That one is more using psychic blades sort of thing to kind of do your bidding. You summon swords and nightmarish creatures and birds, and they attack things for you. And it's really cool. So far, that's the one I've had the most fun with, although I do more damage with my Spellslinger, even though I'm only like level 8, so not saying a whole lot.
I thought you had this game like all weekend. Weren't you playing it like religiously? How are you only level 8?
I played it all day Friday, and then I slept all day.
All day Saturday?
Yeah. Every time I'd wake up, I'd like look at my computer and probably roll over and go right back to sleep. And I was
so
like,
it's not a game worth already rolling out of bed and playing?
See,
yeah, Kat. Come on. You got a beta key. Come on.
I was talking about this. Is actually that's something I noticed with me when I played WoW or Diablo or Second Life or Final Fantasy or Terra. I would get sucked in and I just played for hours. With this one, I was constantly getting tired, and it made me want to lay down and take a nap. And I ended up doing that throughout playing all day Friday. I'd just stop and go lay down and sleep for like an hour and then come back and play some more. And I don't know what it is.
Before.
It feels really good.
When I'm doing homework.
That's me when I read. Don't you like get to have houses? Because I saw even before the beta was released, don't you get to have like customizable houses or stuff like that? I thought that was pretty cool.
I actually haven't read about that yet. I've been trying to read up on it because in-game there's really not too much I can learn yet because they kind of unlock the information as you level up and get closer to stuff. So I've been trying to look online because I want to see how the houses play a part in everything else. I do know that there's some kind of level or area you can play and you win these masks and you can showcase the masks to be all like, I'm a badass, here, I look at the stuff I won. But the people, your foes, can steal them. So while you showcase them, you also have to protect them, and so they don't get stolen, and you gotta fight to get them back. And
that would annoy me. Nope.
Yeah. Like, I read that, and I was like, I'm already irritated.
Yeah.
Just for that, I don't even want one, because I'm gonna be like, man, they stole it again, and then eventually I'm just gonna be like, whatever, and leave it.
Do they actually do anything, or are they just for show, like a trophy item?
I think they're just a trophy item. I didn't on that yet. I was busy trying not to die, which I did a lot, mostly from falling. Engineer is range DPS or tank. You are an engineer, so you can build stuff. So you actually get a little bot that follows you around, and you can make it help you out and everything else like that. And you get mechanical armor and exosuit that increases your damage. Stalker is melee DPS or tank, and you use these giant claws that are on your gloves to just kill stuff, and it's crazy and actually really fun to play. I got my butt handed to me in PvP by somebody doing that. It was a terrible idea. And lastly is medic. You can be a healer or range DPS in that one. You have a bunch of gadgets to either heal your friends or kill everybody you play with. And what I mentioned with paths is you pick your race and you design the way you look. Also, the options to design the face are intense. You can like adjust the size of the nose and the eyebrow and the cheeks and the lips and everything else. I refuse to go there because I would still be making my character now if I tried to do all of that. But the paths, they go along with your character race and class, as in stuff you do in the game alongside your questing. It's like a job sort of thing. So you have Explorer, which I chose thinking it was going to be, let's just uncover the map. No, it's a lot of climbing up and trying to reach places, hence why I die so often, because I miss my jump and fall. The next thing I know, I'm at the graveyard. But you focus mostly on cartography. You explore the map. You reach certain places and you call down these drones so that they can map the place out or uncover why something's happening in the story or anything else like that. Surveillance, tracking, there's even scavenger hunts, everything else like that. After that is Soldier. Your job with Soldier is you assassinate people. Demolition, rescue. You basically play a SWAT team if you choose Soldier as your path, or security, depending on what you want to do. After that is a Settler. Their mission is expansion. So as you go around playing, there's these little nodes on the ground, and the settlers will go to the node, and if they've collected enough resources, they build these machines that will increase your HP or your run speed or some other stat for a temporary amount of time. So their job is to give other players these boosts, and the more resources they collect, the longer they can make those things stay there, because they're only there for a certain amount of minutes, and then they fade, and someone else has to build one.
It's a little bit like the engineer in Guild Wars 2, because they had a lot of the like machines you can build in like certain areas, so they just last for a bit.
Kind of like a support class kind of deal.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's more like a path though instead of a class. It's just a side thing. Because when you pick your class, you can pick any path you want. You could be an engineer soldier and have this little bot and go around assassinating people for your side quest if that's really what you want to do. Lastly, you have the scientists, and your main mission is analysis. You analyze, you go over biology, botany, catalog stuff, field studies, things like that. The only ones I've had experience with so far are Explorer, Settler, and not really Scientist. I haven't gotten there yet. Though as a Scientist, you get a little bot that floats around behind you, and you can make it scan stuff and give you information, so that's always fun. While playing it, I felt it was really grindy, which probably is why I got so sleepy all the time. Because when I was focused and trying to play constantly, it just felt like I wasn't getting anywhere very fast. Though they make leveling up really awesome. Like, the whole screen flashes and it says, level up, and then someone somewhere, like, the very first time you level up, some character goes, oh, ish, you just leveled up. And I'm like, what? So every single time you level up, there's some voice from somewhere that makes some comment about it, and it makes it really awesome.
Nice.
Is it a game you can play like along with like other people, or is it kind of like a solo-ish kind of deal? Like, can you have parties like
Yes, you can
combinations like you
party
could
up.
have in other games, like tank and medic or anything like that?
The
That's
most I've
awesome.
had to party so far is just one other person. It's just the two of us. We're running around just demolishing everything. But you can party up. There are dungeons and bosses. There's world events that you can do. Um, it's similar to WoW and the Alliance and the Horde when they have the Dominion and the Exiles, because they're very much fighting against each other. And one side hates the other one. The Dominion trying to just wipe everybody out because they're like, we're the best and we don't care about any of you. And then the Exiles are just trying to survive. But when I broke it down to just the bare bones, it had a very technology versus nature feel to it as well. Although I could be a little bit biased because I'm still stuck on that whole tree thing.
Well, I definitely want to play it.
He's about to tell you some super big secret, and then they just swoop in and just bomb the crap out of the tree, and he just dies right there. And you're just
Are
like,
there like quests or anything to like lead you to see like what is like the
yes.
game? I know the game probably isn't based on what he was trying to say, but do you like eventually find out, or are
I
you just
never
like
made it
left
very
hanging
far.
there?
So I don't, but you probably do find out eventually.
From the MMO themes, I would guess you would eventually.
Yeah, I mean, they can't just leave it open entirely. Remy, stop. Uh-oh. He's on my router. 1 second.
I read
Last time-
like. Oop, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's like last time he was on my router, he plugged it, so I had
Oh.
to move.
He's going.
Yeah,
Like the one thing
he's
I
going
read
for
was,
it. He's
like,
making a run for it.
Yeah,
you
he
have
is.
to have like on the website and this was like maybe like mid last year the last time I read about this game. It was actually on the WildStar website. It said that like you can pair up with like three different players, and you can only access certain types of the map or like certain areas or play certain things when you are only together in like 4 people like in one party. So I like games that can bring other people together to unlock different content like that. I guess that's part of the reason why there's so many different paths and stuff and different jobs.
Probably.
I really want to play it now. You made me want to play the game, and now I'm mad because I don't have a beta key. So I have to try to find one.
They have one more closed beta for next weekend, and then after that, sometime next month, they're moving into open beta, so at least that's what I think.
I'm definitely excited.
So even if you don't have a key, you guys can still play eventually.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Good.
I haven't decided if I actually want to get it yet, just because I feel like it takes me forever to do anything, but I'm normally really slow in that game anyway, so.
And
My-
it's beta too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
just
think
feel
I'll
so
give it a try.
grindy. Like I get bored halfway through doing stuff, and I just don't want to do anything
I
anymore.
kind of get overwhelmed when there's a lot to do in a game, because like I'm the kind of person like especially like with gem finders and stuff, even if it's like on like a regular console, when I'm like an item hoarder, like I have to find every single item and unlock like every single thing, get all the achievements. So if it's anything like that, I am probably going to go crazy while playing it.
Yeah,
so.
there are a lot of achievements. There was this one part right at the beginning where I got trampled by a herd of running deer-looking things, and I got an achievement for it. And I was just like, what? I didn't even know it was going to happen. I just got run over, and it was like knocked down, so I was stuck there. And my screen flash was like, achievement, and it had some ridiculous name to it, to basically laugh at the fact you got trampled by these guys, because they weren't going that fast. I was just too dumb to move out of the way. There are a lot of achievements. You have to kind of decide which ones you want to do between your storyline quests and then your path quests, because there are 2 different quests. And they're not always in the same area on the map. Like Explorer, you have to go all over the place, and a lot of times you have to uncover the whole map to complete part of your Explorer path, and you level up in your path as well as leveling up yourself. And it just seems like a lot to keep control of, but I'm not always the best when it comes to multitasking in a game. When it was in WoW and I was in raids, my guild members learned very quickly that I was that player that you say, go attack this thing, and stay there till I tell you to go somewhere else. Because they try to give me all these instructions, and they lose me at like the second word, and I'm just like, what? And usually I get everybody wiped if they don't just say stay here and attack that. But it's really fun. The combat's really nice. You manually aim your abilities when you fight. So when you pick an attack, there's this colored grid that shows up on the ground that shows you the range, how far and how wide your attack is. And actually, while it's casting, if you move, you can move the thing with you. So as the enemy runs away, you can still angle it and still hit them because they will dodge. The enemies have the same thing where they have out special attacks that will do a lot of damage. They also have the same, I guess, danger zone. Danger zone on the ground.
Top Gun. Let's go.
And if you move out of it, you dodge the attack. If you stand there, you take a whole lot of damage. So there's constant moving around all the time because they'll charge in towards you, or they'll do a ranged attack. And there's this massive red circle, and you're just like, if you stay here, you're about to be vaporized by a bomb or something. You should probably move. Let's see. It's PvE, lots of quests. PvP is open world. What are you doing? Oh, I think most PvP. You can choose to flag yourself as PvP or not. I did it once and I got my butt handed to me and I turned it off. I refused to turn it on again. I'm not good with PvP. There are battlegrounds, arenas, duels, and there's something called war plots, which is they call it death by architecture. So you get you and 39 of your most psychopathic friends to buy a war plot, and you arm it, and then get ready for some Death Fortress on Death Fortress action. So your fortresses are fighting each other, and you win based on who kills all the opponents first, or who depletes the other side's resources. So it's kind of like an arena, but I guess a bit more in depth. I haven't leveled up, nor do I have 39 friends to try this yet, so I don't have any experience there. But it looks really cool, and it's probably the only PvP I would even consider.
Please tell me it's like it's two war plots against each other, is what it sounds like to me. Is that about right? So like maybe you can have like CTF like against two war plots or something like that, or maybe just like a death match. So it's like instant capabilities to just be like one group of people versus another.
I think so. Let me pull up some more stuff here.
I don't know. I'm just going off what you said.
Yeah, I knew
is
some of it from talking to people in the game, but I'm pulling up the rest of it now. It's 40v40 battle royale, accessible to all players once they hit level 50. You start with a fortress that you upgrade and customize after you collect war coins. And you either destroy the enemy's generators or kill everybody and disable their structures. And you can either be the warhead, so you take command and you lead everybody. You can build, and one of the things you can build is a boss dispenser. So it will summon these really big bosses, and they do the fighting for you to help protect your base. That's pretty cool.
That sounds pretty interesting.
And then you have deployable stuff like turrets and things to also help stop trespassers so that they don't destroy your resources, such as your generators and your energy collectors.
So, Joe, it sounds like Heimerdinger has its capability to show up in WildStar. So, there you go.
The Dogger is the strongest champion in League of Legends right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, ever since he was able to block minions with that third turret. I mean, come on.
Ever since Feral Flare came out.
Oh my gosh.
This sounds like a different mix of a lot of different kind of games that I like
yes.
all in one.
Yeah.
I think
it is very much so. A lot of stuff all smashed into one, but they still keep it relatively separate at the same time.
Good.
So, pretty nice. You were saying something, Tim? Sorry.
No, I'm actually I don't even know anymore. I'm really thrilled. Like I would totally look it up right now, but I know I've been doing too much typing in the background, so
I'm definitely interested in it, mostly for the cred system, because I really don't want to have to pay another subscription. I'm still sad over the fact that I can't pay for my WoW, and I don't want to give it up yet. So I might get this, and after my 30 days, try to before it's over, just.
This sounds like something that a clan would be very beneficial to have. Go
Yeah.
back to the community talk. I feel like a WildStar community, there'll be people that have the excess money that if you make it a
Yeah.
point to be heavily involved, and you're like, hey, I can't afford the sub this month. It might have to be like next month before I'm back. There's bound to be people out there to sell it to you at discount rates.
Or
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
give it to you.
Or
'cause
even
some
get just
people
straight
are
up give
really,
it to
they're
you.
really
You can't
generous.
give it to people straight. It has to go on the CX. It cannot be traded to people.
Ah.
Oh, okay. And a
Has
lot
to
of
be
different
for the
communities,
exchange.
you can give items. That's still cool, though. I mean, good thing about community is there are a lot of people, I mean, that'll try to scam you, and that's obviously bad. But on the flip side, there are a lot of really nice people that are actually willing to, like, make guides, coach people, help out, stuff like that. And I like that. I bet there'll be like a whole new community revolving around
There's
that
actually
game.
already tons of guides and other
I
information
bet,
and
yeah.
different classes on the forums. I haven't read any of them because TLD or too long didn't read. But I see them. They're there if I ever choose to look at them.
Don't you teach kids how to read? Don't you love reading?
Yes, I do. Fantasy books. Give me some talking dragons and like griffins and
There you
stuff.
go. There you go.
Dude, Terry
God.
Pratchett.
Ryan Jacques and Anne McCaffrey are my two favorite writers.
Terry Pratchett.
Tell me a title that they've made.
Mort. The Reaper
like-
Man. The Color of Magic. Snuff.
That sounds. I don't know.
They're all
probably-
very humorous books. You'd like them.
Well, I'll have to
Oh.
check them out.
Yeah,
Type
they're
it
not
in.
like.
Type it in Skype chat, and I'll look them up.
Okay,
with the-
I'll do it when it won't break Tim's computer.
No,
Yes.
it won't break my computer.
He just can't look
Okay.
at it.
I just can't pull it up.
Oh, we can't look at it?
Yeah, it's all good. Alrighty. What else you got? Anything else, or you already threw the end of late game?
I'm good.
Wait, did something just show up in chat?
Yes.
Was it originated by Joe?
No.
That's a yes.
I'm a terrible liar.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Why are you sorry? Don't be sorry. I feel like this is a running thing. Everyone goes and posts things that I can't see, and that's mostly because of Joe. So
He's done. That's basically how every single conversation goes.
absolutely, I love it. So it's all good. What he doesn't know is that I can go and pull up the Twitch chat logs. So.
Uh-oh. Don't do it.
from Skype?
No, because I have Twitch running in the background, but the stream's not playing. It's got the chat log going, but I can't pull that up because it would break the stream.
Yeah.
So, but I can go and look at it at the end of the stream. So
I was waiting for you to say that.
I didn't swear on me, Mom.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, go for the server. For everybody who's not able to see it, we're sorry. We just got distracted by the fact that yes, the Obelith. You're like the best person in the stream right now for calling out the Discworld. I forgot that that's the name of the series somehow. I was buying a book a week
I've heard
from
of
that
the
series.
series, but I've never actually read it, so I will definitely look it up.
Fantastic. And there's not really a huge order deal with it. So, like, you can sort of start anywhere and just read whatever you want. Like, I went through and did all the books with the Death character in them, because Death's hilarious in that book series.
Nice.
Oh man. Oh man.
David,
I saw a movie.
headings.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Sam, what are you doing?
Oh, God.
She's dying.
What is
I'm missing
that?
out on stuff.
What is
Oh,
you-
no. Is this one of the things... What? What is that even supposed to be?
Just stretch the window out and look at it.
I'm like, did it work?
I thought, oh, it's Sheeb. It's just really got jacked up by Skype.
Skype ruins everything. But I know.
I don't even know what's going on, but
This is probably the worst part of the stream for people. We're going to have to post a chat log from here or something
If
so that they
I
can
post
see
it into on the chat here, it's just gonna come out all messed up.
You
We'll
can.
figure out a way to post it.
Doesn't
We'll
everyone
put
have a
PDF
stack of
file or
post-it
something.
notes around them? Can't you just write it on a post-it note and hold it up?
I have a
Yeah,
book.
that's right.
That's all.
I mean,
Also, I don't have
I've got
post-it
every
notes.
single topic written down right now. So.
Oh my god. Yeah, we stay on track real
I
good.
have this,
Joe, I lost you
and I have
No,
these.
where'd he go?
every week. Every week. Joe is even on my
I don't-
internet connection.
I'm in the same house. I'm in the same freaking house as you,
Oh my
Tim.
god, Pokemon plushies! I want one. Oh my god, I want them all.
Oh
I
my
want
god,
to
that's a
get-
I've
good
had
You
one.
this.
have to mail that to me.
I've had
Oh
this since I was like 8.
Why can't I see
That is
it?
the most adorable plush ever. I love Gengar next to Pikachu.
They're
Was
all
that a Gyarados?
That was a Gyarados.
I'm just gonna
Awesome.
do it away.
I think I have like.
I'm gonna do
Oh my
this.
god, these are cool. It's a Poliwhirl? Yes, Poliwhirl.
That's all. I have an Umbreon plush somewhere, but
Not gonna lie, when I started watching the series again, I could nearly recite the 150 song. I was like 98% perfect with it. I felt so proud. I wear my nerd badge proudly.
When I hit 151 friends with a good buddy of mine, we named the 151st like mutual friend between the two of us.
Wow.
We named them that person was our Mew, and it turned out to be my girlfriend.
Yeah,
So
there's a whole thing.
she is our Mew, and I told our buddy that we had to go find and catch all 150 of the others. And we talked about it, but he's like, he works about an hour from here, so I mean, like, we could get up, but for people who don't understand the state of Alabama, an hour is like you're driving halfway across the state. So
Oh my god.
It's pretty rough.
it's pretty rough for the people who are driving east-west anyways. But
That's so funny. That's really cute though. That was such an adorable little story.
yeah, I know she watched a little bit of the first podcast, but unfortunately she her gaming talents do not relate to anything that we would ever bring up here. So she did play StarCraft for a while, so that's about as common of a name I can think of that would go along. So, anyways, enough about my personal life. Anyways,
Sam, please explain what your friend is talking about. I'm a female Twix. I'm not a chocolate
Okay.
bar. What?
No,
I am
no.
brown. Come on.
One of my friends is. I'll give you a link to his profile. Let me see. Well, he named himself Twix, and it's funny because, like, he's black. I don't know how else to say it.
Oh,
Don't feel bad. 'Cause I just-
yeah,
So you're
I was
like,
about to say.
oh, I'm brown. And my one friend is like, minus gender. Oh, wait, yeah, that's right, because he's gay. We love him. I'm just explaining the chat.
It's
We
all good.
love him, and he's a nice part of the community. So he's just being funny in chat, and now they're all, I'll bash your head in, I swear on me mum, and all that stuff.
actually, that's me.
Oh,
He keeps
I've been
changing
changing
his
the color of my name. So
well, you
I've been watching
confused
you do
me.
it since you started, and it's been slowly
I'm tired.
pissing me off. I'm like, stop.
Joe, quit trolling the chat. This is why originally none of us were gonna watch the chat.
Because I keep
All right,
thinking it's
hey,
somebody
Kat.
else talking, and I'm like,
Kat, why don't we start collecting some questions from said chat?
Okay.
that was Joe's job.
So
I got it,
okay,
I got it. I went back to the normal color.
Joe, why don't you start collecting some
I'm
questions?
on it. I've already sent out the question time thing.
Okay. And while you're collecting some of those, just to recap, if anyone wants to go check out Tower of Guns, it's on the Humble Bundle right now for $10 on the weekly sale. Once again, Devolver Digital is our sponsor over here at Mass Luminosity. So, and we really want to support them. They handpicked those games, so indirectly, we say we love them by going and helping that, and we can donate the money to charity. So, win for everyone. If you have any comments about Marty O'Donnell getting released by Bungie, please just hashtag Marty or hashtag Bungie on Gtribe.
Nice try, Cat.
Or go find Cat and post about it. If you have any input on gaming communities, I'd love to hear it. I'm sure Sam might love to hear it. Go and post something about it on GT. I'm sure one of us will see it eventually. So use whatever hashtag you want. You know, you can even talk about the Gaming Tribe community as a whole. We are a community, and that's one reason why I love to do this. Is I want the focus to be on our guests that we bring in from the community. So, Sam, thank you once again. This isn't the end yet, but if you have comment on the Don't Starve DLC, definitely go post about that. Once again, try to avoid spoilers because I mean it is fairly new. Was there anything that Cat missed on WildStar? If there is, mention it.
Yeah, please. Yeah,
especially if you think people should hear about it. Or if there's anything you don't look, if there's a reason why you're not looking forward to the game, please come on. We need critics. The internet is not full enough of that. If you have any input on Daylight versus Dying Light, zombie survival versus survival in a hospital, which would be completely reversing the two that I said it in the order, let me know. Because I want to know, because I probably only have money to buy one of the two. If you want to answer the question about what your longest time that you ever stayed, like basically marathoning a game, definitely mention that. So I've got 38 hours. Someone mentioned like 48-hour stream or something like that. That was insane. Absolutely insane. I have stayed awake that long, but not of my own free will. It was the will of caffeine. If you're I encourage you, if you have anything on the Reddit AMA, please let us know. Even if it's just one person, I'll try to set it up sometime between now and the end of May. Once again, the My Human Power Polo. We lost Joe again, but that's okay.
You can't tell him the stream.
He just turned off his camera. Joe, you mess up the stream whenever you do that. I hope you know this.
I was wondering why he wasn't moving. I just thought he was staying like very still. I keep switching between like
the
GT Insider and the Skype.
Joe, turn your video on.
I'm like, you can totally tell.
For those of you who don't know, Joe is just laying in my floor over here.
I was laying that from the beginning of the podcast. I was hoping that, dang it, that picture was way too close on my face.
You screw up the stream when you do this, man. Look at that.
Well, I was hoping it would do it in the same ratio that my whole thing did it in.
Almost.
Dadgummit. Sky did everything. I was gonna try and tickle you or something. Are you even ticklish?
No.
That would even better.
That's one of the biggest press that most people I know. So,
well, I'm gonna go back to my computer now. This was a waste of time.
You can see him in the mirror behind me.
Someone said in chat so far is that the DLC hasn't addressed the ultra late game if you manage to survive a year. They just made it much more difficult to get there.
That's interesting.
No one had questions today. This is weird.
That's interesting. Well, before Joe decided to try his shenanigans, what do you call it? If you haven't bought the My Human Power Polo yet, with the human power icon, that's a small little icon on the chest there. Definitely go check it out really quick because it's about to go away. And once it's gone, it may never return. You never know. They did talk about potentially doing different colors next month. So if you don't like black or silver on black, because the logo is silver and the polo itself is black, I do not have the actual colors. There are actual shades of black and silver that are mentioned. I just don't have those in front of me. if you have any comments on the new GT looks, any feedback on that, definitely go check out the Report-A-Bug, submit feedback, and let Tior and his team know about what's going on and what you like and what you don't like. You know, it's whatever. Everyone's got an opinion, especially gamers. They probably have some of the strongest opinions I know of. Once again, go comment on Gaming Tribe. Go comment on the Facebook. Go comment on the Gaming Tribe Facebook page, whatever it is, about Mr. Osborne. Big, huge thanks to him. And definitely go let that out. And I want to know if there is anyone out there who can name all of Kat's pets. So I want to know if there's anyone who can name all of her pets. And if there is, please let me know. If it's a community volunteer, I already rule them out. But if there are any community members who can name all of Kat's pets, let me know. There is a awesome game that you can ask Sebastian. You can ask a lot of other people, Jay and Kat, if you've gotten around to it. Joe, maybe you've gotten around to it. Sebastian, happy birthday, by the way. But there's an awesome game called DLC Quest, and it is the only game I have ever bought. Probably like 17 or 18 copies of, and I have gifted it to almost everyone that I know personally.
You installed it.
And it is a absolutely amazingly awesome $3 game, and I bought it for the trailer, so it is the only game I have ever purchased only because of the trailer. It was just great. But that being said, if you can name all of Kat's pets, please let me know. The thing I wanted to go into before we get to questions is I mentioned that I have a little community project that I'm working on using the Gaming Tribe Twitch channel. I have a way to allow people to stream to the Gaming Tribe Twitch channel if they want to start streaming. And this would be a great way for you to get involved, stream to the people that you know inside the Gaming Tribe community, build your personality, and go and, you know, if you want to shamelessly plug for your own stream, you can do that. But what I would do is I'd set you up with a set schedule that you will have access to the stream. You're not going to get any passwords or info or anything like that. The only thing you have to do is email me. Once you email me, I can inform. I can set it up through Twitch, and through your help. I will lay out the guidelines specifically on what you can and cannot do on the stream. I will have to censor a few things. Not everything will have to be censored. Certain things, like if you want to set up a webcam or anything like that, you're going to have to do that yourself. I'm not going to sit there and give you XSplit. I'm not going to sit there and walk you through how to stream. But if you know how to stream and you want to stream to the Gaming Tribe Twitch account, then you can contact me about that. And this is a project that I'm hoping to launch at the beginning of May. And what that's going to allow us to do is, my ideal position I want to be in is to basically have the Gaming Tribe Twitch account streaming 24/7. Sundays we'll interrupt it for GT Insider, and after that we'll start streaming right after. We'll stream all the way up until it. But the idea is that the more people I have, I'll give you like a 12-hour time slot, so you can stream for 12 hours straight if you wanted to. And you stream during that. At the end of that, I revoke your rights to the stream, and that instantly allows someone else to come on and stream. And we've tested this internally, and it works great. But if you want to stream games like TF2 Sam, by all means, we can probably set that up. If we want to stream Kat playing Amnesia, we can definitely do that. If you want to watch Joe playing a horror game like Amnesia, definitely can set that up.
I'd be down for it.
If
I mean-
you,
I definitely want to play TF2 with my my medic friend. He just typed in the chat. Let's do it, and some other word that I probably can't say, but yes.
Wait, you have another diabetic for it? Yeah, you know another diabetic?
What?
I'm diabetic.
What?
I'm
I didn't
diabetic.
say anything about diabetic. I said my medic, not
He's
diabetic.
medic.
Oh, I was so confused.
I'm confused.
So ridiculous.
No.
So-
Actually,
Another
you're-
diabetic.
when Diabuda doesn't work anymore, you should say Diametic. That should be your TF2 name.
Actually, in airsoft, like when we would do tactical
God.
stuff, I always was the medic, so I was the diamedic actually quite often.
Okay, awesome. So definitely. So I'm going to give out the email one more time. If you're interested in being a guest or interviewing to be a guest, you do that directly with me. It's very casual, it's very informal, very painless. I just pester you a lot, and if I can't get a hold of you, you don't get to be on the show. So sorry. But the email is gamingtribeinsider@gmail.com. Okay. If you email that email about either wanting to stream or if you email them about wanting to be a guest on GT Insider, you will have a response in a few days. It's not automated. Some like myself will respond eventually. And you can ask a lot of people. I do get back to people really, really fast. And when I tell you that I'm busy, I'm busy. So please don't pester me. You will have to get up with me on Skype for both of those. I have to physically talk to you. Otherwise, it's just a no-go. I'm not appreciative of people who aren't willing to take the little extra step to gain access to something they want to do. You have to prove to me that you're an actual person. You have to let me scour your GT profile and things like that. So I basically do my own verification process. So with that being said, if you're interested, please get a hold of me. And once again, you can also do that through Gaming Tribe itself. Kat, would you like to reiterate the verification process on GT?
Once I find? No, I think I remember. Never mind. Your profile picture has to be a headshot. No profiles. No other people. No drawings. No cats. No pets. No kids. Your picture. Make sure all your information is correct. Real name, address, all that stuff like that. Because if they have to, they will verify it. And if it doesn't match your ID, you're SOL. You also have to have your PC profile page filled out and a picture of your PC on that page. And I feel I'm forgetting something else.
Well, long story short is the reason why they want all this, that if you think ID photo is they're going to be automating the verification process. And to do that, they need to recognize, like the system needs to recognize it's actually a human being inside that photo. And the easiest and simplest way to do that is to just make sure it's you and your face. So there are a few very, very example photos that are out there. And once again, if you have any questions about it, is it good, is it not, ask somebody. Just comment on my most recent status. Do whatever. Make a status about it, asking is my picture okay, do that. And somebody is bound to come along and just be like yes or no.
Yeah, we'll help.
So absolutely, we are trying to help people get verified every day, and more people will get verified. From what I can tell, the servers are doing pretty well. There was apparently something wrong earlier, but most things, if you have troubles, the first thing you should do is clear your cache and go from there. So, awesome. Let's do a little closing action. Unless someone else says something.
Yeah, I don't have
The
nothing.
action you can get out of me.
Okay, well, Joe, let's start with you. How can people get a hold of you, find you? What games do they want to find you in, etc.? You know the drill by now.
Yeah. Okay, you can find me on Gaming Tribe at gamingtribe.com/profile/nogain, NOGAIN. You can find me on Steam at Diabuddha, DIABUDDHA. You can find me on League at level 30 on Diabuddha as well, same spelling as Steam. And then on my Smurf account that I almost never play on, but if you ask me to play on it with you, I probably will. You can find me at, gosh, I forgot the name. Oh, yeah, MLG Clutch. It's MLG space Clutch, CLUTCH. Trying to think.
And it has more losses than wins.
Yeah, it does. I mean, so does my main account, but that's because I don't mind playing with anyone, so my loss to win ratio went out the window a long time ago.
Hey, it's more fun with friends.
It really is. Like, honestly, guys, if you're trying to get into a new game, especially something like League, find friends. Just like Sam was talking about earlier, with the communities make it all the better, man.
Absolutely. Kat, how about you?
Um,
How can people find you?
I'm getting there. Oh, sorry.
Oh, there were no questions, right? I'm totally blanking on that.
No, unless they popped up later. There weren't any when we had the window open.
Joe was supposed to be collecting them, but he tried his shenanigans.
I told Kat to watch for me.
There were
Amanda
none.
asked me one. She said, will Sam ever play League of Legends? Maybe.
Sam downloaded it the other day, if I remember correctly.
I did, but I'm getting my team ready for competitive play next month, so maybe.
Maybe. So, okay, here's the deal. If you win your competitive play, Amanda has to log 300 hours in TF2 with you.
Well, we're new, so probably not.
If you win, Amanda has to log 300 hours in TF2 with you.
Jeez.
However, if you
Dude, this guy has
lose,
fluffy hair.
What?
then you have to log.
My hair is sloppy?
No. A guy that's in the Twitch chat added me on Steam, and the first thing I noticed about his profile, it's a Sasquatch something. But the thing I noticed, he has puffy hair.
Amanda did play TF2 with me and a couple of my friends, but we were just in a trade server killing everyone, and they got mad, so we stopped. You're not really supposed to do that, but...
Kat, you want to keep going? People can find you places.
You can find me on Gaming Tribe. My profile name is KD, KAYDEE, because I like to be difficult like that. Facebook, I'm Kat Morris. I think everybody knows this already. Nickname is Kat. Morris is actually one of my real names. Just gonna leave that there. Everybody knows my real name because it's on my GT profile. Never mind. On Steam, I'm Miss Kitty 247. And if you want my Skype, ask me.
Ooh.
What about on Blizzard? Blizzard games.
Oh, right, Blizzard. I am KD Pound 177. I thought this was gonna load faster. Give me a second. I'm trying to load up my
I said Blizzard, didn't I? That was supposed to be Battle.net. My bad.
Yeah, but I do what you meant.
It's Blizzard games.
Fun fact, I worked for Blizzard for about a month.
Customer service.
Yes. Anyway.
I already knew this.
I know some people do, not everybody. You're only just now adding me? Oh my god. Joe,
What?
you suck.
I
you
just
this
added
long.
Tim on Steam. What was your Steam name again?
Miss Kitty 247. My Battle.net is KD KAYDEE pound 1779.
I got it.
I see it. I'll accept them in a minute.
All right.
So yeah, I don't really like giving up my Skype just because it blows up already, and I like to keep control of who adds
I'm sorry.
me. It's not always your fault, trust me.
I'm aware.
And when I'm on my phone, it just doesn't stop going off. And
There are ways to silence your phone side of the house too.
I have to, especially when I'm at work. I've had to, but I'll forget who you are, and I don't want to have that conversation where they're just like, hey, and I'm like, who are you and how did you get my name? Because I'm not very nice to people I don't know, and I don't want to be that person to somebody from GT because I forgot. So let me know you want my name before I just give it out and get added by random people, because I won't accept it.
Yeah, that's fine. Sweet. Sam, how about yourself? How can people find you, get a hold of you, play TF2 with you?
Okay. I really don't do Facebook that much anymore, but I do have a Gaming Tribe profile, obviously, and you can add me. It's gamingtribe.com/profile HMKTN. That's me on there. It has my picture, and also I'm always on Steam. I'm always on at night. You can get a hold of me, just ORO for Oro. My icon, it's my hair. You can see it. That's me. For servers for TF2, I'm almost always on the probably A server. Servers on Dust Bowl or Badwater are just on a different one somewhere else with a friend, but that's kind of rare nowadays. Just add me, and I can invite you, or go ahead and invite me, or just join off me. It's really fun. Yep,
Awesome.
And that's really it. I mean, probably a server also has a website that you can go to. It's their server website with a list of different servers on there, so you guys should definitely go ahead and check it out.
Kat, are you pondering something?
No, I was going to say quick shout out to Craig Nelson, who shares a birthday with Sebastian.
You beat me.
Nice.
You didn't cut in. That's your fault.
Kat, Joe is going to record a video after this singing happy birthday to both of them.
Aw, that's so cute.
I could do that. I need.
Did you know that I guess they share a birthday with Hitler and Farrah Fawcett?
Wait. Oh, don't say that. At least Farrah Fawcett.
He said it on his profile. I'm just repeating it.
I mean.
I feel so bad. Joe, you look so sad right now. Oh my God.
For those of you who don't know, I was born in Germany, so.
So now Tim has to censor our podcast.
Oh no.
Jesus, that count?
I mean, we're gonna have to censor something. This thing's nearly 3 hours long.
No. I actually was targeting this week. I really like the natural feel that we had last week, and I figured since we backed it up, we could go longer. You know. So, absolutely. All right, so definitely be sure to connect with those guys. If you want to connect with me, you can find me at gamingtribe.com/profile/Delka, DELKA. That is not the same for any of the other stuff that I actually play. But if you want to find me on Steam or on League of Legends, you can do so at D3LKA. I would love to add you guys. I'd love to play games with you guys. My Blizzard account escapes me, so you're just going to have to ask me for that. But I do play Diablo 3 a lot more than I probably should. And I would definitely love to get up with you guys and play something different. But
Tim's Blizzard name is Delka Pound 1814.
1814? Okay, good. Because I was going to say 16 something. I don't even know.
No, it's 1814.
So Delka 1814. There's a pound sign somewhere in there.
Yeah, I was like, don't forget the pound sign.
Awesome. Once again, if you're interested in joining us on GTI one week, be sure to email me at gamingtribeinsider@gmail.com, and I will informally interview you, probably over a game, or probably pester you at some time. Be sure to include your an interest as to why you're interested. If you just want to learn more about how that process goes, then email me about that. That's actually how Sam got on here. She just sent me a basic email saying, "Hey, I want to know about this," and she did it.
About that.
She did it several weeks ago. It's okay. Your emails may or may not be mentioned, but I will not give your email out on stream. The content of those are public as soon as you show up on here, though. I'm just saying.
That's okay.
Yeah, there's no embarrassing stuff in there, so nothing about non-TF2 stuff. So, alrighty. Once again, go check out the Mind Human Power logos. Thank our sponsors. Thank Mr. Osborne there. Once again, if you haven't done so, go tell Angel and his team thank you. Submit any feedback that you have. If you want to continue discussion on any of this stuff, keep going. Joe is causing ruckus again in the chat.
Wait, let me scroll. What is he doing? Which chat is it?
It's probably the Skype chat because I have 93 unread messages from the three of you.
It's not in the Skype chat this time. It's actually in the.
Is it in the Twitch chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you like falling for my friend? Like when he's trying to troll you? Let me read this real quick.
No. It's definitely.
My friend is causing ruckus in the chat as well.
Okay, that's great. I love people like that.
At this point, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But all right, well, let's close out. Thank you again for joining us for the 4th episode of GT Insider. If you want to see something specific show up on GT Insider, be sure to tune in the future after you let me know about what you want to hear about. I think that's about it. And Amanda, we'll look forward to having Amanda on the show next week. And I will also have a short preview video for every upcoming podcast that I will begin this week. And that will actually give you guys some insight into what we're going to talk about that week, not only from a host standpoint, but maybe a little bit of the GT side of the house. And I should have those up every Friday and posted to the YouTube channel directly. And that's just going to be me. It's going to be like 3 minutes long. Tell you if there's anything interesting. If not, that will be the place eventually to post some feedback for some last minute add-ons for discussion. So once again, thank you guys for tuning in, and we encourage you guys to go and check out everything that there is in and around gamingtribe.com. Peace.
Oh, I gotta change my color.
Bye.
There we go.